Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I am on camera again here. That's because we're doing another little improv theater, thanks to the absence of one of our players. In this case, it would be the absence of our dearly beloved Snark, who, alas, is currently lost on a citadel all by himself. While,
And couldn't be here tonight.
and could, oh, yeah, in addition to that, he also couldn't be here tonight. So we're going to do another little improv section here. This time, my wonderful sister has volunteered to be our GM for the night, and, we've decided we're going to go and continue the adventures of Lore of Boulderfist, the ogre black mage, and that
Lord Kaimota Irobar, the Derikos yellow mage.
Yep, and I've
Which
actually
means I need to change my background.
Yeah, you're not evil.
Well, it could be. Okay, yep. I've still got my HP and my MP right here. I know my magic by heart, so I don't even need a reference for that.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
So, when last we left the party, they had just run into WizCore, and it was determined that they were both working toward the same end goal, which was saving this area from their radiation. But little did they know, WizCore had a little something else involved with that.
Okay. Not that we know what radiation is, of course.
Yes, whatever the hell that stuff is.
It's
I just don't have another word for it.
some magical affluence. I don't know.
WizCore, you see, has discovered that there is a specific old ancient device in a dungeon around here.
Oh, of course.
It's connected to the underground labyrinth where we first found the Spurka.
Yeah.
Now named
Actually, the Spurk is what it's called now. It used to be called the Skyclaw.
the now named Spurka, which used to be called
The Skyclaw.
the Skyclaw. And he needs you, being high-level, competent adventurers that you are, to step away, to go into this dungeon and retrieve an ancient's missing device that he feels will likely be the cure for this problem.
I say, not a problem, sir, and I immediately slap him on the back really hard. I'm going to roll strength for this. I roll
opposing strength for you. What did you get?
18.
Okay. So you clap him on the shoulder as hard as you can.
Well, not that hard. Just, I'm being like, hey. And I'm also about 2 feet taller than him.
Now you're an ogre, correct?
Yeah.
Are you pretending to be stupid?
For the most part. Lord Kaimota there, has, thanks to the seriousness of this situation, I started dropping the act. So he's aware that I'm not an idiot. But for the most part,
that's good, at least.
For the most part, I'm still maintaining the illusion.
So you, forgetting that you're not dropping the act because you're in front of people, again, do reach out and slap WizCore fairly hard on the back. However, you forget that you're dealing with a trained military professional here who has trained his entire life in order not to, in order to have a life in the military, because that's basically what Sclavi do.
Yeah.
And he rolled a 19.
Oh my God!
18.
Wow!
So you clap him on the shoulder. There's a bit of a size difference, so he
yeah, it's actually kind of like this. Actually.
Stumbles forward a little bit, but it's literally like a shoulder jerk as you see him just kind of rigid and stand still.
Yep.
And is not shaken whatsoever.
I said, "We got this, boss. Don't you worry
He
nothing."
says, "I'm glad you're up for the mission."
We got it. We're gonna figure out this here gummy drop dispenser quite quick. Real quick. So I've got 3 tokens for our plot twist things. Who wants to be what? Whoop! As I drop
Who
them.
wants to what?
Who wants to be what color?
Green.
Okay, so Guido's green. Sis, do you want to be blue and white or red and white?
Blue and white.
Okay, so there's you, and I'll be the red one. Because we're continuing the plot thing from previous episode, viewers at home. So I turn to my esteemed comrade. And, considering that I am not an idiot, I'm trying to think how to do this. I'm trying to intimate that I know what the ancients are, because I'm staring at one of them. without actually saying that, because Whiskor, I'm getting the impression from him as merely a member of the Dominion military, previously Directorate military, might not actually know who or what the ancients are. So I'm going to be like, so, Mr. Tomarkai of Lordness.
Do you know what the ancients are?
Do I do? Yeah. I work for the Vyotians.
Ah, okay.
I have been a high-level Vyotian agent for years.
I missed that part of your backstory.
Sorry.
So I'm like,
yeah, no, I'm not super high level, but I have been very active for some time.
okay.
So
You are trying to bolster your way
oh,
through.
yes, of course. Yeah.
Would you like to roll an opposing charisma roll?
Yeah, sure. My charisma is not that great.
Oh, good. He's stupid.
What'd you get? Oh, thank God. I got a 7. I rolled terrible.
So you blunder your way through this. The ancients, they had some really sophisticated technologies, and you keep like every 5 seconds looking over it. We know what your character's name?
Kaimota.
Looking over at Lord Kaimota, who is like almost visibly sweating as he is trying to give you the eye look of shut up.
No, it's cool. There's this, and then
and Whiskor is just like
look.
And Whiskor is just like completely oblivious. He's all business. Arms, or he's at
parade
rest, and he's nodding his head, and he just launches into a full-on detailed technical explanation of what they expect this device to be able to do.
Which is what?
Lord Kaimota, he's full of shit. You know damn well and good what's in this. You know damn well and good what's in this facility. This was a psionic facility, an ancient's facility. Not only are they not going to be able to use the device, you're pretty sure what he's describing is a... Hold on, is there a random
toaster
number generator that I can roll for loot?
I'm not sure. I mean, yes, but I don't know where. Give me a moment.
Hold on. I'm browsing. I was looking for it earlier, and I thought I had found one, but when I came back and looked at it, it wasn't that.
Well, there's like a different chapter. I had actually. Sorry, good, and it is good.
Okay, thank you.
Quandaries.
So the only question, other than the names of the equipment, I was wondering if you had caught any of the amusement there. What would my age actually be?
Fairly old, because all scions...
Or would I even know what my age would be?
You could keep track of it if you want to, but you would know the exact year.
Don't.
Which would be 364.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, all scions are 364 who are still alive.
Okay.
That's why I can calculate that so exactly. Oh, here we go, treasure. Aha! Go to page 134.
Oh, I hadn't even got close yet.
There's a lot of tables. There's also, like, magic items a little bit further past that.
I'm looking for, like, a mundane treasure item.
Go to page 143, because there's a lot of... No, it's fun. There's a lot of random fun stuff there.
Okay. Minor property.
Just roll.
Well, no, I have to... There's multiple tables here.
Oh, fair enough. So, I'm going to roll int really quick to see if I know that this guy is blowing smoke, or is just misinformed. Actually, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll to see if he is misinformed or if he is blowing smoke, because that is actually pretty relevant. God, my dice are terrible today. Does my esteemed colleague know if he is blowing smoke or misinformed? I just did an intro and I got a 11.
Let's see. So that's going to be a 22 intelligence.
Okay, I'm rolling a lot of 6s. So that stone is literally what he's describing, and he's described in vivid detail what this device should look like. Mm-hmm. It's a doorbell. It's literally a like. Have you guys ever seen like those little like stick-on doorbells that like they're just a portable thing and they make noise that you can like put at your desk, or the doorbells, the ding dong doorbells, but a psionic one.
So this one actually plays like a whole song.
Device. It is literally a device for you to tell your servants that you're there when you don't feel like mind controlling them back into your room.
So it's like an additional layer of lazy for the scions. I like it.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
They were a fad. They became extremely popular right before the fall.
Of whatever happened that we don't know.
There were billions of them everywhere. This thing literally does nothing except make annoying sounds in non-scions' brains.
Oh, that means he won't be bothered by it. I'll be like, the whole time.
Now, that also means that I can't activate it. Damn it.
No. It has a manual.
Why would Scion Technology have a manual?
Because it was a fad, and they didn't want to have to use their brain for everything.
I don't know.
There was a fad. Shut up, it was a fad.
Okay.
So it's literally a king, but it doesn't make a sound wave that you can hear. It goes into your brain. Because scions were dumb. Yeah.
So I got a 11, he got a 22, I think it was.
22, yeah.
Do we know if Whiskor is misdirecting us or if he is wrong?
Oh no, he's just dumb.
Okay. Mr. Whiskor.
He literally, saw this thing on one of his adventures through this little thing.
So I'm gonna be like, Mr. Core, sir. What's your rank again, sir?
Found it in the middle of a lab and assumed it had some high.
Do you happen to find any skeletons around that in that lab? Just left there, maybe. Just curious.
Or flesh golems.
Or flesh golems. Any flesh golems? I mean,
evens or odds?
Evens.
Okay, evens he did. It's an odd. Damn. However, it was a critical fail.
Critical failure.
Encountering something else.
Uh-oh.
If I can find where the something else's are.
Go back to 73 or whatever.
Yeah, no, I had to get back up there. I mean, Jesus.
There's a lot of tables. What do you want from me?
There are a lot of tables.
Third was actually using a physical copy. So a little easier.
That would probably be helpful.
Well, I thought about dropping the money, but it couldn't get here in time because they were out of stock when I went. So.
All right. So he's going to describe the area where you're going to need to. Unfortunately, their particular underground facility, which was buried under this restaurant, which is now no longer accessible through the normal routes due to the earthquake. Yeah. Don't ask me why they made their restaurant their base of operations, but they had, whatever.
I'm not here to judge.
Yeah.
But I am.
It is.
You're a Derricos, so.
So he will describe the area that you need to go to get into it. You will have to go out and get down there.
You can do it.
I forgot your name, Guido.
Kaimota.
Thank you. Sir Kaimota, I really should have that wrote down.
As
so Kaimota, you recognize that. Kaimota. Brother, what's your character's name?
Lore.
Lore.
L-O-R-E.
No. Your name is now L-O-R because you're an ogre.
Hang on, I've been retconned.
You can't be sophisticated enough to put the E on the end.
Let me adjust my name, viewers at home, to get rid of the E. I have no lore.
Yes, you are now Lore.
Of Boulderfist, if it matters.
Okay.
So I'm of the impression that Mr. Whiskor here. First of all, I was one who willingly joined up with the Viosians, right? And as such, I have the mentality of military people like this equals bad. So I'm going to kind of be like, hey, Mr. Whiskor, charisma roll. We don't really need your presence on a mission like, oh, I got good. 19. We don't really need your presence on this mission. I think we can take it from here. Being official and foresees of the Dominion, you of course have other things to be dealing with in your expedient time utilization of efficiency necessity. And I'm deliberately trying to string together longer words that don't fit to make the impression that I am stupid stupid trying to play smart. We got to refixination the recabulation of this I can't actually do this in real life, but whatever. That kind of a thing.
I get where you're going with it.
And I got a 19.
I get where you're going with it. Oh, you're combing your beard. I thought you had a razor and you were like shaping it or something. Like,
He's gone the final step, guys. It's over. Run. So what happens?
So he you know,
it's a steak knife for those of you who can't quite tell.
you still have that thing?
This is the other one. This is the box one.
Okay.
And this is the world. See? It's the world.
Yes, that is the world.
Anyways.
I threw one of those at Kazra the other day. I still haven't remembered to take them with me to school.
She means one of these, by the way, not one of the steak knives. I got a bundle of like 14, so I gave most of them to her.
He thought he was buying one.
I did! It was like $3. Please continue, Jen.
Okay, so anyway, he still at parade rest is going to say, of course you're fully capable of taking this mission on in and of yourselves. Those corridors are abandoned, and there's nothing nothing at all down there.
Deception check?
Yeah, I was gonna say, hang on.
No, that's the GM laughing at what she rolled is going to be the thing you encounter.
Okay. Good, because my deception check is a 6. I'm rolling crap
that's
today.
the GM laughing at what you're going to encounter.
Okay.
So Whiskor actually believes that there is nothing down there.
Yeah, he literally believes that there was nothing. He was over there,
okay.
Maybe 5 days ago. And he will actually say, I'm far too busy here to be able to get out and go on this fool's errand, but I can't trust just anybody to be going and running around in the Ancients' caves, because who knows what other sorts of devices they might find there.
Well, no worries, sir. And I'm going to try to cut him off. And I'm going to do another one of those back pats to Lord Kaimotan. We've got the most... I really like these back pats. We've got the most competent Diracost here.
He will offer to send someone with you. That's the wrong kind of die.
That's okay. We've got plenty of expertise.
No. Let me finish. He has a priest.
Of what?
There are 8 elements, right?
Yeah. I can roll a D8. Let's see, I can roll a D8 here. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm having difficulty.
Actually, ironically, there are no clerics in Primus.
Yeah. He's a priest.
1, 2, 3, 4. That would be darkness.
Okay, he's a priest of darkness.
I'm sorry, just the sound of that title.
He
I'll turn
claims
to
to
lore.
be Satan.
Wait, hang on. What do you...
I turn to lore. We could always use a torchbearer.
I will keep my silence.
So you decide to take the priest of darkness with you.
Real quick aside for my viewers, because darkness hasn't come up a lot. Darkness is the element of peace, tranquility, calm, acceptance, and a general emotional, not lack of emotion.
No.
But more of
He's the priest of darkness.
Yeah.
So we're going to take some real life into this.
No! This is my Primus. You're not allowed to screw with my
No,
Primus.
because it's funny.
All right.
So he is a priest of darkness, but of course you guys know that there is no religion worshiping the elements per se. He calls himself the priest of darkness because he is founding a cult. He's attempting to found a religion. He is of the darkness element.
Actually, okay. I'm now very enthusiastic about bringing him along because my character wants to kill him as quickly as possible.
Nice!
I'm dead serious.
Fully aware of doing that.
I was just, well, you got one if you want to, Guido.
How many races are there? Playable?
Like 30?
Okay.
Oh, you're going to roll for his race? Hang on. Give me a second.
Of the... Where's the Temple of Darkness?
Just on the edge of the Osteth mountain range in the south.
How many races are there in Osteth?
The typical races in Osteth are Lugian, half Lugian, of course, Might, and Gnome.
Okay, so we're going to roll a d4. Lugian,
Half Lugian,
Might.
like Guido, basically.
yeah, Lugian, Midget, and Might.
Mitch.
Other. Other is 4.
Gnome.
Yeah, Gnome.
Oh. Well, in that case, whatever. Lugian. Yeah, okay, that works. There's 4. Gnome's at the end there. 2. He's a midget.
Okay. So an 8 foot
Just for
tall
shits and giggles. Let's
Lugian.
see if on top of trying to found a cult, he is
Oh, God.
he has a Napoleon complex. Evens or odds?
Evens.
He does have a Napoleon complex. This is gonna be fun.
I'd like, for the sake of amusement, because I'm an ogre, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to be just a little bit taller than him.
Well, let's do an opposing tallness roll.
All right, I'm ready. What do we add to this?
Constitution.
There you go.
I don't have a thing, so
Well, then you get +0.
exactly.
So what'd you get?
A 7.
Yes. I got a
What'd
7.
you get?
I got a 17.
You are 10 inches taller than me.
Yeah! So you have... So hang on, I'm going to turn to Whisker and say, hang on, sir. Why are you associating with this old-fashioned kerfluffle of a priest? I'm not even sure what that word means. A priest of
Yes, dude.
darkness? So I'm going to be suddenly very interested in this priest of darkness because the Viosians have a long-standing policy against cults. For reasons that will make sense to anybody who knows the Viosian backstory, which I believe is nobody, except for me. But at some point in the future, it'll be apparent why that's true. And so I'm going to turn to Lord Kaimota and be, Sir, Orubtai, I would just like to say that I feel this introduction of the element of tranquility will be greatly needed in such a horrific and dire emotional circumstances as these. Oh, also, by the way, I hate to interfere on this, but as the GM, we should both make, as the GM of the world, we should both make Constitution rolls.
Why?
Because we are in an area bathed with magical radiation.
You're making constitution rolls.
Yes. What'd you get? I got nothing. I got crap. I got a 9.
You beat me.
Oh,
I
no.
got a 6.
Oh my God. So, GM, we have just rolled a 9 and a 6 on our Constitution.
Hold on. I saw a chart that would be good for this. I just gotta find it.
Now, we're not actually in the crater, so we're not at ground zero, but we are near the edges of it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, was that yours, Guido?
Where did I see?
I thought that was
thing?
hers. Everyone
Here we
has a
go.
dog.
Oh, this
Yes,
should be fun.
it was the end of the world. There was someone walking a dog on the sidewalk.
My God, did they survive?
They're still on edge, but yes.
All right, so what happens, sis? I mean, GM. GM, sis. Sis, Jim.
Okay. Guido, evens or odds?
Odds.
All right, brother.
Evens.
No.
What?
I was determining who was going first. If it was
Okay.
odds, he was going to go first.
Okay.
If it was evens, you were going to go first. Brother, you look down and notice that you have the hems of your pants are really muddy, and some of the fabrics of your clothing are kind of raggedy. Like there's some strings that are coming out. Your seams aren't holding together as well anymore. The whole fabric of your cloth is just kind of coming apart.
Okay, so internally I'm like, oh God, I've got the plague. Externally I'm
Guido.
like, not going to say anything.
Guido, Sir Komoda, you've got a crick in your back, a really bad one, like in like the middle portion of your back, and you're having to walk kind of crooked or with a limp, where you've got like a muscle that's stuck or something, and so you're gimpy.
And you're a
I'll let
revenant,
you
so
describe.
that's really weird.
I'll let you decide how that expresses itself.
I'm debating on something. One sec.
Yeah, I know. I'll leave you to that. So Wizkor will finish up his debriefing.
Excuse me, Miss Goodsclavy. I'm sorry, what clan did you say you were from?
Where's Snarg when you need him? I don't know what clan he's from.
Whiskor is actually one of those who had decided to disown his clan, although we never got to the point of deciding why, because we abandoned the character for like 3 sessions. So that's up to you. Sorry, I didn't catch your clan name.
Wizkor will say, I hold no allegiance other than to the Dominion.
Of course! Long live the Dominion! And, I bellow this throughout the city. Like, everyone within a city block can hear me. I come back. However, I was really hoping you could help me to find a tailor store or a seamstress around the area. Is there any chance you could help with that? Just point me here. Point me in the direction. I'm going to pick him up. He's facing away from me.
Posing strength roll.
Ooh, I rolled well this time. That's going to be a 24.
Well, considering I have nothing to add to this.
Just add a +1 at the basic. Because he's a Sklavy.
Still a 7.
So, funk!
Beat me by 3 times.
Where are we going? Just point me. By the way, this is kind of normal for ogres, so this isn't exactly, me being absconding or anything.
Wizkor, still.
He's still in the parade rest.
By the way, if you look down, his hands are now clenched. And, yeah. He is quite livid at being manhandled.
Well, if he would just tell me where I'm going? I'm
And he
pointing
says,
him around.
of course, sir, if you would be happy to put me back on the ground.
Of course! I'm so
more than
sorry.
happy to.
And before he even finishes, BAM!
The hell? This dice is broken. All it rolls is 6s.
Well, you've got a priest of
slam
darkness
him down to the ground.
in the party.
You slam him down to the ground hard enough that he actually has one knee give out from under him.
Okay, I'm not trying to actually hurt him. I'm just
no,
trying...
he doesn't hit the ground because I'm certain you stop once you get to here.
Yeah.
To let him go, but you do go. So one of his knees kind of buckles out from under him, but he recovers. There we go. And he says, I'll be happy to point you over to the clothier's shop. There are 8 cardinal directions. One of these is a D8. I don't remember what a D8
While
looks
she's
like right
rolling that, Mr. Kaimota, would you like to describe your issue?
So, this pain in my back, obviously I'm not going to be able to walk well.
No.
So, I'm going to cast Float on myself.
And just a suggestion, you should totally be imperious about it, and just kind of hover up,
Oh yeah. It's
No, you have to it only holds you at the same level that you were at previously.
Oh, no, I can help with that.
So he'll have to step up on something, cast float, and then step off of it.
I can help with that. I just, like, put out my foot. Here you go. Because I understand. I see what he's doing. So I've got, like, my boot there you can step on to go up, like, a half a foot.
Whisper will literally snap a hand. And he points in a southwesternly direction.
My good Lord Timotar, would you care to join me at the Clothier's? And I'm kind of adding a little bit of a we should do this now kind of a thing to my tone.
I could do with some new accoutrement.
Excellent. Mr. Whiskor of nothing. Thank you entirely so much for your time and attention. I'm sure we'll have many long adventures with your character in the future.
And his response will be, given what he's just gone through.
I thought about giving him another backslap.
I will be sure to submit a full and detailed report of your actions and your
conduct,
impending success to our superiors in order that you might receive proper placement in the future.
So I just rolled a 2. That was my will to resist poking him one last time. So I'm like, so this one's going to come down, like, yeah, we got this, right on his shoulder.
On the top of the shoulder?
Yeah, so now the strength roll.
I rolled a 6.
23.
So again, the same leg that just buckled out from under him before. You hit that shoulder.
We got this, don't you worry. For the Dominion's glory.
This will actually send him down to a knee.
Oh my gosh, and then I will immediately pick him up. Are you okay? I'm so sorry.
I rolled a natural 20. So you go to pick him up, and he will literally swing up at you and clock you in the jaw.
Ugh. Wow, you've got a hell of a reach there, son.
Well, by the point that you started bending over.
Oh, that's true, that's true. So, okay. Ugh. Oh, good. Hang on, I'll take some damage from that.
And he will stand up on his own.
Really quick here. We'll say 2 damage from that.
I'm going to say I'll roll damage.
No, it's okay. What is it? If he's just punching me, it'd be a D4 plus strength.
Oh. Well, I don't know what my strength does. So.
+1.
You get hit for 3 damage.
No! Damn you, dice. Okay. Ugh. Good kid. It's good to know you're getting back on your feet, kid. I was really worried there for a second. It looked like you were having trouble staying, steady. I gotta say, son, I don't really think that drinking on the job is one of the best things you could do, but I understand it's kind of a stressful, tense situation. We'll be on our way. Thank you again.
Say,
stop.
You will
I'm already leaving. I'm already leaving.
If you hadn't been, I was going to direct you. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy
Okay. As we're wandering off, I kind of lean down a little bit towards Lord Kamaton. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have gone that far, but God, I can't stand that type of rigid military types,
Just watch that your behavior doesn't get both of us in trouble.
I'm not too worried about it. You and I both know we're here on slightly more important business. Speaking of which, and I'm going to just kind of pull out like one of the fraying parts of my robe and just kind of demonstrate it to him.
Do I see the same fraying? Or
yes.
Is it okay. I was wondering if it was like a mental thing that was affecting him. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to point this out. Like, I just got this robe like 2 weeks ago, by the way.
You were fighting zombies.
I'm not sure you'll be able to find replacement garments in this town.
Oh, probably not. Honestly, I just wanted to have an excuse to zip away. I just wanted to check one thing really quick. And so, Do you have anything you want to check on before we descend into the...
But you haven't yet collected your priest.
Oh yeah, we need to go find this priest of darkness.
Any chance we could find a masseuse?
Ooh, that is an excellent suggestion. GM, we would like to find a masseuse. I roll a dice. What?
Pick a number between 1 and 4, Guido. If you guess the number, then yes, you will be able to find one.
2.
Congrats! There is a masseuse in this area.
Yes! Is there one that services ogres?
No.
Excellent.
Okay, so how many races are there typically in the Alluvian area?
Dwarves, elves, lord elves, fairies, half elves plus whatever, and at the moment there's also gnolls, mosswort, some kobolds, some drudges, no centaurs, and I think that's everything. Those are the common races.
Can you remember what order you just told me those in?
Sure. The Alluvians, and then the refugees.
All right, well, it was an Alluvian. It was, so there was elves,
Dwarves.
high elves,
No, dwarves was
lord
second.
elves.
Elves,
What was third?
dwarves, lord elves was third.
What's fourth?
Fourth was half elf, which is elf plus whatever. We got to decide the whatever.
What was 8?
Kobolds.
So it's an elf kobold.
Okay. I'm not sure if those are on the compatible list. At one point I sat down and figured out which races were biologically compatible.
Yeah, I should probably do more like a d6 for the other one to get the
Okay.
Okay, what was last on the compatible list?
Well, half elf actually, but
What was before that?
a lord elf, which would actually not make a half elf. So the last thing on the compatible list would be dwarf,
So it's an elf dwarf.
which is a thing.
It's a half elf.
I mean, if you've seen the Hobbit trilogy, you know what I'm talking
So,
about.
where are you going to the? Because you literally look up and you walk to the direction of where the clothier was, and you can see there's a big old sign, whatever, it says Marshalls. Discount clothing goods.
I was hoping for a Coles. Oh well.
And then on the other side there is you literally look up as Sir Komodo was like, I wonder if there's a masseuse around here. And you literally look up and like he's facing the clothier, you're facing the other way, you look up and there's a sign right there that says chiropractor and massage.
Masseuse! And I just point it out immediately, like
Masseuse!
and I say it very
How
loudly.
would you like to roll to see if you caught the nuance?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna burn
So you respond to him,
Oh, okay.
yes, a masseuse. I need a masseuse, my back hurts.
So I head to the masseuse, and there's a
So
half
he
elf.
literally just turns around and starts walking across the street.
Excuse me. Ooh, that looks tasty. Oh, hang on. Thank you, sir. Excuse me. There we go. Just, I look behind me. There should be like a lane parted.
There's
to people.
not that many people on this road.
Oh, come on.
You're in an irradiated area.
Okay, fine. I'm doing it to the same guy over and over. Excuse me.
So you are
Excuse me.
batting him in
Excuse
front of
me.
you and then
Excuse me.
zigzagging him.
Excuse me. It's confusing the hell out of him.
Yes. The guy says, if you will excuse me,
Oh, whoa. Sorry there.
and starts walking
hang on.
up the street.
While he's distracted, I'm going to try and pickpocket him. I got a 19, which actually makes that an 18.
Well, this is a... You said you're trying to pick him up?
Pickpocket.
No, pickpocket.
That's why it stacks.
Ah!
I'm stealing
This is
from
a
him.
commoner, so if you get above he has a 1 for everything. This is just a random NPC
Yep.
level 1,
Yep.
1 stat.
Yep.
So you succeed in pickpocketing him.
Okay, now I'm going to blow my plot twist. Oh, wrong color. So, I know Sis is kind of out of it, so I'm going to let this one be on Guido. What the hell do I get out of this guy?
Oh, okay.
Remember, Sis, you have a plot twist, too.
Yeah, I know.
So, you got the map to where we're going,
To the ruins?
to the ruins, but it's not the same ruins that Wizcore had been explaining.
Okay. Is it like an alternate entrance?
You can't tell.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna. I don't have anything. So I pull this out and I glance at it, quickly pocket it, move forward as if nothing happened. Make my way into the masseuse place. Hold the door open for my good friend.
When I get to the door, I'll dispel the float and hobble my way in.
There we go. I will insist on going first. No, I'm kidding. I won't actually do that. So there's a half-elf, half-dwarf running the place at the moment.
Yep.
What is his expression when he sees me come in?
Her expression, because I already rolled for gender,
Excuse me, what is her expression?
is first to be. It takes her a second to notice you.
Ow!
She's looking at a Daracost, which is something she
fair
has
enough.
never seen before.
Fair enough. So what she's looking at is a desiccated-looking humanoid
Yes.
with fancy robes.
And you see this look of confusion on her face as she's trying to figure out why he looks so weird. And then you see like this dawning recognition as like it comes back to her that Daracost is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she greets you first, Lord Komodo. She will walk up and she will say, "Yes, welcome, esteemed sir. Not
So,
sure.
I'm gonna
if
immediately.
you guys have clan names.
Hang on, I'm gonna shove my. Hang on, I want to shove my way in here and suddenly take the role of his bodyguard. You are speaking to the esteemed Lord Kaimotov Irobar.
Yes,
Like
Lord
very.
Kaimotov
Hang on.
Irabar.
Hang on,
Pardon
that's
my.
charisma. I rolled a 16 on my charisma to be intimidating.
Okay, she has like a 16.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 1, so you're fine.
And I'm like full on using all of my height advantage because she's a little short for an elf, being half elf, half dwarf.
Yes.
So I'm actually probably like this.
Yes, as you bend to keep from being hit in the head by the ceiling fan.
Yes, exactly. Ah, damn it.
About every 3 things, you relax slightly.
And then I get hit again.
And
Yeah. Ugh. Finally, I just kind of do this.
Tall people
Punch.
problems.
Yeah, it's the worst.
and she would say, of course, excuse my impudence. My most sincere apologies. Your esteemed Lord Karmota of, I've already forgotten the last
Irabar.
part of it. Irabar. Welcome to my shop.
And what is the name of your shop, young lady?
I hadn't really gave it a name. I just wandered into these parts.
I suggest you give it a name immediately for it to be worthy of my good Lord Irabar.
There was literally like a cobbled together sign of a
Are you
chiropractic
saying
and massage.
that your
Outside.
institute is not worthy of operating in these locations? Should we have an immediate discussion with the local constabulary about this place?
No, you didn't let me finish. When you pop up and say, I suggest you name it immediately so that it will be worthy of this. She is going to pop up and say, name her sharp. her thing. See, I need a random word.
Hang on, I actually have a organization randomizer. Give me a second.
Please do.
Here we go.
I put a shop name in the chat, Zen.
You can use that if you want. There we go. Here's a whole bunch of names. Just enjoy.
All right.
I like Ultra Frontier myself. Because it has nothing to do with anything.
Lol, Collier Shipping Management. Her shop is called Megasoft Chiropractic and Massage.
Megasoft, because, that's what you're going to be when she's done. I mean, that makes sense. I like that.
Sure, yeah.
I hit my head again. Ugh! Get back down here.
Madame, I wish to partake of your services. I am in dire need of an adjustment on my back.
I can see that. Your posture's all wrong. Here, if you could please just fill out this little piece of paperwork, because it's doctor's office.
How dare you! I smack it away.
What is
With
this?
all due respect,
Insure
Sir
what?
Ogre, in order
Insure
for me-
what? No, this is insure what? And I pull out a bag of gold coins and just drop it right in front of her. This is our insure what? I'm with the Viosians. You know I've got money to burn.
So she will pick up the gold and sit it down there and say, right away,
Also, we were never.
Of
We were never here.
course, no one's ever here.
That's disturbing and terrifying. What other
No,
illegal ventures?
She
are
just
you
totally
doing?
doesn't get the nuances of these things.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
So she's like, of course, sir. No one comes to my shop.
I let it go.
I'm going to exchange a knowing glance with Lore. Oh.
No, you can tell. You can very much tell that she is trying to follow the mood of things
And failing miserably.
and failing miserably. I can't see my dice. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's getting darker and darker over there. You also have one of your papers stuck to your.
Yes, I did. Could you see that on camera?
I also could hear it. I also know you have a giant pile of papers there, so I could put two and two together.
Hey, I got my concept map done.
Congrats.
It took me till 2 in the morning.
So you should roll to see how good this massage is.
Yeah, so she's going to lead you back into a room. Have you ever been to a chiropractic
Yes.
thing, brother?
Yeah. The one in Louisville.
Okay, so you know how their actual like adjustment rooms are kind of tiny?
Yeah. I am going to
Would you like
insist
to
on going
roll?
in as well.
Yeah, so I was going to say, would you like to roll an opposing roll with the room to see if you are capable of getting in here while leaving the wall?
Is this going to be strength or dexterity?
This is a flat D20 roll.
Oh, jeez. 17.
So you crack the door frame when you go in.
No,
The doors.
there's going to be this
Interior
moment
doors
of...
are slightly smaller than exterior doors. And the wall kind of buckles to accommodate your girth.
I'm going
It doesn't fall.
I'm going to immediately retreat back into the waiting area because I don't actually want to hurt this person's shop. So I'm like, I'm like hastily like, and as I do so, I back right up into the blade. Except I'm doing so with strength this time, not just casually standing. So the blade goes flying off.
Crack.
Punk. It's now impaled in the wall over there. And you are still standing upright. Another one hits you and goes funk.
I pull out
That
another
gets impaled
bag
like 3 feet.
of gold.
No.
No. 'Cause-
I'm
Okay.
just going to turn to Lore and say, I'm pretty sure you've already covered that.
I'm just very zealous.
He's got the
in-
bag like halfway, and he's just like,
I'm very zealous in the defense of my lord. You will have to forgive me. And I'm trying really hard not to look as mortified as I
like
actually
the idea that
am.
You don't say anything. You're just like,
Oh, just so. Where's like? There we go. So,
So
dramatic pause.
I could tell she was rolling dice.
Oh,
she gives you a 19
massage.
of a massage
Damn.
and an
Nice.
adjustment. So you walk out feeling particularly good. And
Before I walk out, plot point.
Who on?
You, Zagmus.
Okay. Okay.
say there's more than one you here.
Okay, let me think about that. So it's about the massage.
Or it's during the massage.
Or during the massage.
Yeah.
Give me just a second. Okay. In the middle, Sis, I'm going to need you to roll a random NPC. In the middle of the massage, a random NPC shows up. Now, this random NPC is a...
Hold on, I'm trying to find the random NPC thingy. I've seen one.
I know. I think there's several, actually. Hang on, I'll help you look. Goals, villains, patrons, maybe. Oh no, let's do patrons on page 74, top right. This is going to be great. One of the options on this list, by the way, viewers, is villain posing as a patron.
Which is what we got.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Oh, you are kidding. Okay.
No.
Oh, wait. English.
Make up your mind. It's
You
one or
said,
the
"Are you
other.
kidding?" And what I heard you say is, "Are you serious?" That's what my brain
The
translates.
literal
as.
opposite. Okay.
But
So
it
this
has
is
the same meaning.
so this is a villain. I'd also like you to roll the adventure villains thing really quick.
Oh, I already have. I already know who you've met.
And there's a villain goals somewhere. I'm trying to remember where that is. Unless this is it. Oh no, that is the villain. Okay, so what is it? What's the adventure villain? Or are you not going to tell me?
Okay. So now I'm going to roll your event goal.
What? We've lost English again.
Okay. So in walks a very stately looking generic race elf.
Elf, yeah, or dwarf. They're very much generic around here.
Ooh, I like that idea. In walks a very stately looking dwarf
Okay.
who has a regal cloak on, and his boots are. He is dressed to the nines. He is dressed to the nines. He walks in. He's short. He's a dwarf,
Yeah.
full-blooded dwarf, but he walks in with a very with a sense of bearing and
Regality.
regality.
Is he walking
walks
into
in
the?
Give me a random dwarf elf name.
Hang on just a sec. Guido's got a good question. Is he walking into the area where I am? The waiting
He's
area?
walking into the lobby.
Okay.
And he literally does it like with a lot of bolster. So he flings the door open, and that's what I'm trying to say. Give me a random elf,
Hang
dwarf
on.
elf
Give me a second. I have to pull up my names list and figure out where dwarf is on this. Dwarf. Why are there so many dwarves? Male or female?
Female.
Marleth of...
I'm sorry, kiddo. Can you shut the door?
Marleth of Firebeard, because the Firebeards are actually strong in this area.
So he flings the door
She.
open. He.
Marleth is a girl's name. Hang on.
Yes. Let me finish.
Okay.
He flings the door open. My lady, Marleth of Firebeard. I needed the NPC's name. I have come to receive my services.
What does she say as she's finishing working up on...
Now I need a man's voice. A male dwarf name.
Bartholomew! No, hang on. We will make him... Tognus of... Let's not make him Firebeard. Tognus of Anvilmar.
So you hear called back from the other room. Yes, my liege of Anvilmar. If you'll give me... There's quite a bit of sarcasm just dripping off of her voice.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what is going on that I don't know about?
Yes, my liege of Anvilmar, if you can give me just a moment. I'm with another client. I'm finishing up and I'll be out shortly. To which he responds, of course, my lady. I shall wait here in the...
And then he sees the blade in one wall and the
Do
blade
you
in the
not
other.
bow to your lord and liege?
Okay, so this would be a good time to ask if I can do an intuit roll to see how much this guy's on the level and how much of this is pomp and circumstance.
Of course.
That would be a 14.
He is completely serious. Whether or not... You can also tell he is extremely intelligent.
Interesting. And we know he's a villain, although we don't know that.
Whether or not he is not mentally there or not, you can't tell. But you can tell he is, he's intelligent and he is 100% serious with what he's saying. So, do you respond to his query?
I immediately roll dex. I got
Is
an
it
8.
opposing dex?
Yes, this would be a 17. Well, it's not really
Okay.
opposing. I'm trying to pickpocket him.
You're trying to pickpocket him.
I got a 17. Do I succeed?
So I need to roll an awareness roll.
Probably.
At disadvantage because you're facing him.
He's at disadvantage or I'm at disadvantage?
You're at disadvantage.
Okay. 17. I actually got a higher roll the second time.
Okay. So you succeed,
Okay, now before we find out what I found out.
but I'll let you put the flourishes on.
So I immediately get way down and actually lower
And
my
I
head.
already know what you're getting, so
So he's like in front of me at like knee height, right? So I'm like, I of course literally physically can't do this and stay on
you
camera.
made a pink sponge.
But so I'm going to go all the way down, bowing, and as my arm is going out, it will actually go, of course, past him by like several feet. So my hand is now behind him.
Lemon ginger cake with strawberry rhubarb icing.
Rhubarb?
No, we have strawberry rhubarb jam. I found.
Ah,
You found a
can
jam.
you make me a sandwich?
Say please.
And put mayo on both slices?
Say please.
Please. Thank you.
So I'm pickpocketing him behind with my hand that's behind him and is about the size of his upper torso.
It's just a lemon extract.
And then I come kind of back up, and this whole time I'm like BSing. In fact, I need to do a charisma roll, which is going to be a 19.
I don't like that icing.
Sis,
I'm sorry. He was asking me to critique his sponge.
It's
the
terrible.
Sponge is really soft, though. It's better than your last one.
Make it less.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a 19 on charisma to sweet talk him. My
You are
grand,
extremely flourishy.
my liege of Anvilmar, forgive me my insolence. I did not know someone of your import and significance would be present on this fine and auspicious day.
Yeah, so you...
Yeah, I'm doing
So
I'm
it's
doing the full imperial bow of this.
all the way, head down onto the ground.
Yep. Well, actually, my hand is out. That's very important.
Well, yeah, but I can't do that because my monitor's there.
Okay, but the point being,
But
I'm
yeah, you are fully bent.
Yep, and I
Now,
pickpocket the
granted,
hell
you're
out
an
of him.
ogre, so you are probably still at head height with him.
Oh yeah, I'm still quite a bit larger than him, but yeah, pickpocket.
And as you're sweeping
slip
the
it
arm
away.
behind him, you pull out a piece of paper from his pocket. and whip it behind you as you come back up.
Yeah.
Continuing with your...
It is an
Yes.
honor to be in the presence of someone of your magnificence and your splendor. And this is about when he should be coming out, I think. Or he.
No, you need to roll an opposing... deception. Because he's not stupid.
I got a 19. I know that because I'm still staring at it.
Okay.
So, quick question, Zagmus.
Mm-hmm.
Being Daracost, how would I refer to the lesser race of a dwarf?
I suppose that depends on how snarky you feel right now.
Very.
Then you would probably use the word dwarf. As a name, basically.
Okay.
So he will to Lore. Does Lore have a clan name?
Of Boulderfist. It's actually not my real clan name, but I am a Viocian agent, so what do you want from me?
So he will reach out and touch your shoulder and say, "Rise, good sir. Of course you know your error. It is not every day that one would expect to see his liege and lord enter into an establishment such as this. But my lady Meritha Firebeard is the best chiropractor and masseuse in the area, and I am plagued with pains in my shoulders and knees."
There's a dog butt.
Oh.
Now there's a dog head.
Now there's a dog head.
Okay. So about this
So
time.
about this point, you come out.
Yep.
His back is turned to you.
Okay. I was trying to say something while I was still getting the massage.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I wanted to say, basically yelling out, "I do not suffer interruptions well, dwarf."
And just absolute imperious tone dripping, I'm guessing.
Do Daracost have a unique voice sound?
Yeah, they sound dead. I mean, God, just picture any old character in like any fictional work.
Brother, pick a number between 1 and 20.
I
11.
do not suffer interruptions well,
Okay.
dwarf.
I like it.
Thank you. So he will turn around and he will say, "My apologies." What's the common word for?
Daracost.
Yeah, but how would you refrain to a Daracost politely that you don't know what their name or things are?
Probably just Sir or Lord. As in Lord Daracost, Sir Daracost, Madam
Yes.
Daracost.
So he will turn around and he will say, "My apologies, Sir Daracost. It was not my intention to interrupt. I was merely boasting on my lady's prowess. And I see that you are probably..." He has turned to face the room now, and he can see her. She has been ignoring everything going on here
Doing her magic.
in order to keep working on you. And about this time, there's a particularly loud crunch as she pops something back into place.
Oh.
So he will, at that response, he will say, "And I can see you are well enjoying this prowess. Of course, that is why I have also come to receive her services." And he will walk over and sit down.
I'm so tempted to, in character, say, "You want I should kill him, boss?" Maximize fire 4! Maximize fire 4!
There was a significant degree of politeness that was injected into his tone when he spoke to you, but he didn't add any additional flourishes or
Honorifics.
But he wasn't rude, but he didn't go out of his way to, like, he was treating you like an equal, basically. However you want to take that. But he will then turn and walk over and sit in the chair.
Okay.
About this point,
Blessed silence.
Thank you. Can I have some ketchup?
Aren't you the one who can cast silence, or do you have that spell?
Is it spicy?
I do.
I want
Excellent.
spicy ketchup. We have like 5 bottles of ketchup.
That would have been my next.
I was actually going to suggest that if this escalated.
I said silence, dwarf.
All of
Then I would say, you want us to kill it? Oh my god, there's like a prowling dog. He looks like he's stalking something. Or she. No, look at...
No.
No, she's
Jasper.
laying on the couch.
Oh, is she? Or he?
That's Kanea,
Yeah.
right?
No, it's Jasper.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
tell with your new background. The dog's the same color as the
How
background.
much of that is on the camera? Oh, god. You can't quite see it, viewers, but it's behind the... Oh, there you go. It's behind... Yeah. Soon I shall devour the void with cuddles. Or whatever these
Nope.
dogs think about. Okay, so I assume now, having run through this, Lord Kaimota's masseuse finishes. Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Kaimota, how are you
Yes.
feeling? Or excuse me, Mr. Wait.
No, she'll say, okay, now you can sit up so I can do your neck.
Okay.
And she will crunk, crunk.
The one thing that I have and will never let a chiropractor actually do.
I do that to myself all the
Does it
time.
Weird. He doesn't do the head twisty thing. He gets, he puts his hands like he gets with you laying down, puts his hands underneath you, and adjusts the bones individually by just bending your back, your neck, like arching
Weird.
your upper back and neck.
Anyway,
How are you
Weird.
feeling, my Lord Irabar?
You're feeling quite well. I'll remind you, I rolled a 19.
yes, considerably better.
Excellent. My
You
turn!
have like this pinky bone that's being.
And I say it just like that. My turn! What's her reaction?
So
I don't want his reaction first. I want her reaction first.
she rolled a 1. So her eyes kind of do this, and she's like,
Hang on,
well,
I start pulling my robe off. I'm like solid muscle. I'm still an ogre. So I was like,
I'm ready.
well,
I'm just kidding. I'm
we'll
just
have
kidding.
to do it outside.
Pull the robe
We'll
back
have to.
on.
Please don't go back in the room.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was just kidding, ma'am. I feel fine. Thank you. Besides, I believe the good Sir Lord of Anvilmar is actually next.
Ah, yes, my liege and lord, and she will. The one arm up, other arm back.
Yeah.
My liege and lord, Tognus of Anvilmar, please, by all means, go prepare yourself, and I will be in to render your services shortly.
While she's cocking, I'm going to kind of sidle over to Lord Kaimota and be like,
It's not
Do you
fair
know
about
sleep?
what you want, 'cause look at the person
and that's all I'm going to say. Do you know sleep?
today.
Tomorrow.
Whatever.
To be clear, actually, whom?
Okay, if I go- It's not-
Wait, that's not
Yes.
indicative, is it? Him.
You should
Okay.
wear that. They have some things about to come out.
See, that's
Oh my God, we're
I think it's a
blind.
level 1. Yeah, it's a level 1 spell. So
Cash, can you tilt your screen slightly? The glare is really bad on mine.
We may not be able to do anything about that. I think it's a level 1 spell, so you should have it.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
I know.
So, are you going to do it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast it at level 4.
Is he
Whoa.
casting
Sleep.
on
Him.
Lord.
Lord of
Yep.
Albemarle. Lord Tungus of Albemarle.
So it's a willpower check opposed of 14.
He fails.
Yes, I was worried about that one because that's kind of a low DC. So he conks out. I immediately rush over to the woman and say, "Do you want us to get rid of this guy?"
To which she will laugh and say, "Oh no, He's fine.
No.
Best I can
It
tell.
would be fun. I'm totally okay with it. Look, it would be like popping a melon. I just pick the dwarf up in one hand.
No. But can you put him on the table? He always falls asleep during the massage portion of everything anyways.
Yeah,
so.
sure. Hang on. While he's unconscious, I want to frisk him. Is there anything else on this guy? I don't feel like I need a roll for here, but, I mean, you're the GM.
Not really. He has some gold on him. He has some house keys.
Here, lady, take this. Take this. Yeah, here. Actually, let me give the house keys back. I toss him at Lord Kaimota behind me.
And she's going to be
Oh,
like...
yeah, I should roll to toss him. I got a 1 to toss the keys behind my back.
So you throw them, and they embed themselves in the ceiling. You also bust a hole in the ceiling. The keys are now in the attic somewhere. Because you literally do this, and you're already too tall.
I can get those. Do you mind some ceiling damage?
Yes, I do mind some ceiling damage. And she will say, and if you don't mind, this is one of my clients.
This is your
and
fault.
he's a regular, and he pays me well for his services.
Very well.
So if you could, please put him back on the bed before I have to report you to the authorities.
It's okay. We actually are the authorities. And I start laughing just like that, because it's true.
Put the dwarf
What is
down.
Wizcor's rank in the Dominion?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Wizcor.
Oh, I've already put him down.
Sorry.
Sorry. I've already actually put him down by now. However, this is actually very important. What paper did I get off him before I leave?
What?
I
You're
first,
going to look at the paper before you leave?
just real quick, just glance, just in case I have to kill this guy.
It is a report talking about. It's an intelligence report talking about rebels who are delivering weapons, or a group, a weapons shipment being delivered to the local rebel group.
Does it have locations by chance?
Hold on, I can't hear. Repeat.
Does it have locations perchance?
Yeah, it's a fairly detailed report.
Let me ask the pertinent question. Is this report being done from the perspective of someone who is on the side of the rebels or who is against the rebels?
It refers to the group as rebels. It is being written on the part of someone who is against the rebels.
Okay. I suppose I can accept that. I really want to kill this guy.
However, it has absolutely no information on what the organization that is opposing the rebels is, or that is being opposed by the rebels.
Yeah.
It has no information about what the rebels are or why they're opposing them. It literally is just intel on this shipment.
Okay. I roll a 16 to get out of the door and go back outside.
You succeed without breaking the door.
Really careful this time. Okay. And I stand up fully height for like the first time in an hour or however long it's been.
She will turn to you, Lord, and she will say, Lord Komodo, of Erebar, how long will he
She's
be
worse
out?
with my name
She
than you
is.
are.
It's great. I was doing it on purpose too.
I know. I'm sorry. What did she say?
How long will he be out?
Oh, only a few more seconds, ma'am. It's fine. Do not worry. In fact, technically, he probably should be awake right now, if I'm remembering my sleep spell correctly.
Oh yeah, it's
It's pretty short.
half-time spell level rounds.
Yeah,
so.
he should be down for 12 seconds.
Okay.
So he should be waking up
We talked really quickly.
groggily right about now.
Oh no. If used out of combat on a target that is not prepared, they still get the willpower check, but the effect lasts 1 time spell level hours.
Oh, that's right. So he'll be out for 4 hours, ma'am. I forgot about that little proviso.
Okay. That's good. That gives me plenty of time to have the keys retrieved. If you could send the dwarf across the street at the clothier, if you could ask her to send her son over.
Right away. Stop. Bam, bam, bam.
The door falls off.
It's a shock.
Door falls off the hinges. Sorry about that. Listen, I'm supposed to tell you that you need to get your son over across the street right now to help fix something.
No, you should use her new shop's name.
I don't remember it. It's the soft something.
Mega Soft Chiropractic and Massage.
The Mega Soft Chiropractic and Massage needs your son, and you must get out there or die.
It's only slightly exaggerated.
At which point, there is a 7-year-old thing that comes up to your knee because you're an ogre,
Probably not even my knee.
who is staring at you with eyes the size of plates.
Oh, hey, kiddo. Immediately, all of it drops, and I'm like, hey, kiddo. Pats him on the head. Lightly.
My mama's gonna kill me.
No, it's
I
okay.
was watching the shop. The door's broken. What am I gonna do?
It's okay. I'll pay for
What
the door.
are you talking about, Mega Soft?
I'll pay for the
Massage
door.
and
I'll pay for the
Chiropractic?
door.
Are you talking about Miss Firebeards?
I give him a fairly large bag of gold.
Ka-chunk.
That'll pay for the door, okay? Now, Miss Firebeard across the street needs the shopkeeper's son, I don't know if that's you, to go over there and help her with something. So if you could do that, lickety-split,
I gotta
that
go
would be
find my
awesome.
mom.
Go.
And he turns around, and he's holding the bag of gold like this.
Ching, 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 ching.
Ching, 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 ching.
I go back out into the
There's little
street.
gold coins that are coming
Flipping
out of it. Mom! Mom!
I go back out to Lord Kaimota with kind of a pseudo-sheepish look on my face. Just
Do you feel better?
a little bit. I still wanted to kill that guy. Not the boy, the dwarf.
They're both dwarves.
Look, dwarves look alike to me, okay? They're all the same height and the same beard.
So a couple of minutes later, he does not return. So are you going to go back to the shop?
Nope, I'm going to leave with Lord Kaimota and now finally diverge to him. So, got a couple
By
of
the
things
way,
that might interest you.
Your vestments
Mm-hmm.
are significantly more frayed than they had been going into the shop. To the point that they are actually probably falling off of you almost.
I feel so naked all of a sudden.
Like when you took your robe shirt off, like when you went to put it back on, the arm of one of them just didn't go, like when you went to pull it up, like it just fell off. And it's now dangling around your wrist.
Guido?
So I'm guessing I could see the deterioration in the waiting room.
Probably.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, it is definitively noticeable.
Okay.
He may not have noticed having just broken a door and trying sheepishly to escape.
Did the dwarf have a cloak or anything?
The male dwarf
Yeah.
And Vilmar.
fitted. It definitively would not fit.
No, I'm not thinking like an actual like cloak for lore. I'm thinking more of a loincloth.
It was a fitted, like almost military-esque styled jacket,
Okay.
complete with shoulder bronze and
I'm
a sash with medals.
No. I'm just gonna turn to my Derek. No. I'll get a new robe. And I'll.
Yeah, and so about this point, Merilith will turn to you and say, "Are you gonna pay for that door?" So you nod your head. Yeah, I've already taken care of that. And she'll say, "Okay, good," because the shop owner's a good friend of mine. She's able to whip up some work, real quick. I see you're kind of falling to bits here. I don't know.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Come on,
Bodyguard of
Mr.
an
Kaimata.
esteemed
Let's go.
Derricos.
Let's go. I pick Lord Kaimata up, and we start walking towards the clothiers. I immediately put him back down. Because I know it's good for me.
As
Like
the look
seconds.
started.
Just seconds. No. Sorry about that. I could use a new robe, but I need it over this one because this one has a lot of pockets. Pockets that are bigger than they seem.
Are the pockets themselves what are woven to be bigger than they should be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Theoretically, they would be more resistant to the magical radiation than the plain cloth. So theoretically, I might just have a bunch of pockets. Depends on what the GM decides. So real quick, as we're heading over, I'm going to pull out these papers. Be like, so, take a look at this map that I found off of some random passerby on the street. Know anything about it? I mean,
Well, that's odd.
it's your area of expertise.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to use that.
That is never a good sign when your GM says that. Oh, that's an awesome idea.
I've only done that once or twice.
What do you make of these, Lord Irabar?
So, our friend Wizcor was telling us that the ruins should be laid out in this manner.
He actually gave you a map.
Oh, okay.
Both
here,
to
I'll-
and of the facility where you will be going.
So I'll actually fold out the first map to side by side.
Brother, pick a number between 1 and 4.
3.
Okay. This map, the second map, the room dimensions and shape and particular location would indicate to you, Lord Kamata, that these are not psionic ruins. This is ruins of this is a dungeon of some other design. It is not a
Yeah, psionic design is super unique, so
yeah.
it makes sense he would be able to immediately distinguish that.
Okay. So, as soon as I come to that realization, I would immediately tell Lore, if this map is correct, this is not. No, how would I? I would not say that.
Okay, you'd be like, we should go there immediately. You should go there alone immediately. Okay, buddy.
Right, because nobody knows the Derricos are scions. We're scions.
Yeah.
So,
They do know. They don't know you're the ancient. So, but you could say that this is not of ancient design and bluster your way through the fact that you may have studied ancient design.
right. So if my research is accurate in any manner, these ruins are not of ancient design.
Really? Now, I would like to roll int to individually know if I know anything about the ancient Stericross situation as a Viosian agent. So I
Okay.
think that's at least on the table.
You need to beat a 6.
What?
You need to beat a 6.
Well, I got a 14.
Okay.
So what do I know, GM? Tell me what I know. How much of the truth do I know?
You would be familiar with the fact that the Derricos have a connection to the ancients,
But not specifics?
but not a lot of specifics.
I can work with that. Okay. Excellent.
So no knowledge of the mind controlling or of the fact that normal people can't use technology because it's a mind acting device. You would be aware of the fact that, the technology of the ancients is so advanced that most people can't use it.
Am I most people? I think I am. It's okay. I've got a Derricost here, and I know. So I'm actually just say I know your people have studied these ancient devices, ancient ruins for many, many, many years, a lot longer than I've been alive. So I am hopeful that should we find ourselves into the actual ancient facility, you will be able to
Are
do
you guys
something.
talking about this in the middle of the street?
I know how to be subtle.
Okay.
I rolled a 20
On your subtleness?
on my subtlety, which is probably plus charisma, so that's a 22.
Okay.
But this is probably the last conversation we're going to have before we get to the clothiers, so I want to finish this up. So, your people, I know you've not, I don't know if you specifically have studied this, but let me ask bluntly, will you be able to do anything in the ancient facility once we get there?
I should be able to identify what is an ancient facility and navigate our way through.
Excellent.
But as far as having any influence on their technology, no.
It's unfortunate, but understandable. And for our viewers at home, by the way, just to clarify, if you're wondering why a Deracost can't use a psion device, it's because they don't have psionicism anymore. One of the things that happened when they converted themselves to the Deracost was they lost the mind abilities. So only like 3 of them actually still have that, and there's a couple of devices they could use to do it temporarily, but that's it. So. And Guido knew that, of course, because he pays attention to my story. So I love that about him. So we get to the clothier at this point. I'd just like to fast forward through this because we've already been recording for like an hour and a half. I want a new robe to go over my existing robe. Are there any ogre-sized robes in this store right now? Sis.
Hold on.
Okay. Because if they're not, I have a secondary idea. Which my comrade might not like.
Okay. She will pop up and say, I have plenty of items which I could throw one together for you. May I ask, what is the purpose of keeping this clearly, what's the word for...
Ratty?
No. It starts with a D.
Dilapidated.
Decrepit.
Oh, okay.
This clearly decrepit cloak that you're currently using?
Sentimental value, madam. This robe has been... I'm lying my ass off.
Yes, you are.
Oh, goody. I get an 18. This robe has a lot of sentimental...
Bad for you, she got a 20.
I am lying. I'm lying reasonably well, though. That's not a terrible lie. Sentimental value, ma'am. I can't possibly...
So she will say, yes, of course. I encounter many adventurers who are holding on to particular items of clothing for sentimental value. May I ask which part of the cloak in particular has the sentimental value? Because I'm sure I could incorporate it into a new...
Of course, that's a fascinating idea, madam. Unfortunately, I am on a little bit of a time budget. We are actually here on official Dominion business. Drop the Dominion name on purpose.
She recognizes it, and she says, of course, that's no problem. I work quickly. If you could, please.
I've also already paid, technically. By the way, sorry about the door.
Yes, of course. If you could, please. And she will literally just stand there with her arm out waiting for your cloak.
I don't understand.
I will take
Oh,
care
she's
of
trying
it.
to take the cloak. Oh, of course. Right.
And
I
she
just
will-
realized I left my stove on fire because I'm a black mage, see? Because I can turn things on fire. Charisma roll.
Esteemed patron.
There you go.
You
I rolled.
already failed your
This is not a lie. This is an intimidate. I got a 19.
You're trying to intimidate me by telling me that you left your stove on fire.
Yes, on fire, because I can make things go on fire as part of official Dominion business. I just want a... Do you have a sheet, ma'am?
So she will pull
Or a
out her
blanket.
badge
What
that
is...
shows that she is with the Dominion and in charge of their stuff, and she will say, esteemed patron, I am fully capable...
I'm just going to leave. I walk out. Sorry about the door.
He didn't want to wait.
She'll pop up and she'll say, that's a shame because those pockets are getting ready to fall off.
So I'm going to go down the street,
You're gonna
find a sheet store, like a bedding store or a Target or
There's
something.
not one.
No, there's totally one. It's right there. I'm going to find a nearby house.
Remember that this is not modern era, and so things that all cloth things like bedding, sheets, pillowcases, window curtains, you would buy at the clothier's shop. This isn't a major city.
Well, that's true. Regardless,
as you walk down the street, let's see, you were already at a 10. Your cloak and your pants,
no.
everything except for your boots and your belt, anything that was leather, is literally falling off of you, disintegrating. The
Thankfully, I actually have a leather loincloth on, so I'm still decent.
Okay. One of your pockets that have been woven to hold more than they should
So I grabbed
is
it.
literally falling off
I just
at the
start
seams.
picking my pockets up and putting them in my band. Sighing. So I am now walking down in a leather loincloth, carrying
Away from the clothier?
Yes, away from the clothier. So I turn to my esteemed gentleman and act as if nothing has changed.
Oh, Lord Komoda's still back in the shop with me. They would have walked out together and seen this debacle of nakedness, and she'd say, I told you those were going to fall off. That's been happening to everybody recently that has any fairly, anything that's a fairly ordinary level weaving. So if you'll come back here and let me attach your pockets of holding onto a new piece of cloth, I will have you a cloak ready, and it will take about 20 minutes, as long as you don't mind a simple design.
I'm going to use the implant in my head really quick to report her to the Viosians.
You mean to check up on her?
Yeah, basically. And because she's just yelling confidential Viosian secrets to an entire
She hasn't yelled
street.
any kind of confidential. She's talking about a pocket of holding.
Yeah.
Which is a piece of magical gear.
Which is
can
not
be woven.
super common.
No, but bags of holding are.
Fair enough. What is he looking... Or is it a she? I can't remember. Sorry.
It's he.
What is he
That was
looking
he.
at?
He's just looking out the window.
What's out there? Is there anything out there? All right, fine. I will submit to the indignity.
Of having someone craft a piece of clothing for you?
Yes. Ugh. Especially since I'm in a goddamn hurry. I'm tempted to literally bail and just deal with the other indignity and just go straight to one of these ruins, whichever one he agrees we should go to. Because we are in a... okay, all joking and jesting aside...
So I've been rolling periodically to see how decrepit your gear was getting.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you rolled like a 5.
Okay.
So it was like, okay, well, whatever. The second time you rolled a 10. The third time I rolled just now, it was a 19.
So, all joking aside, my character right now is taking this... He's not stupid, I mean, despite what he pretends. So he's looking at the situation like this is a grade A emergency, right?
What is? The fact...
Everything. This is a horrific situation. And he also can't help but notice that his clothing didn't start deteriorating until that chasmic rift opened up. Yep. And he is now thinking that more of this whatever has been happening that caused the plague is now coming out than normally was and needs to be dealt with now. Because there might be people literally dying now. So he really, really, really does not want to wait.
Okay.
But he will turn to Lord Kaimota and just kind of give him a look of, relative impatience, but do you think I should get a damn robe?
Would you like me to put a rush job on it?
I thought 20 minutes was a rush job.
At 20 minutes,
20 minutes
is a
is
rush
the
job.
20 minutes is the time it'll take me to put together a leather item with no additional enhancements that would fit him.
You have that much leather in your store? That's impressive.
I happen to have a very large reed shark hide.
I'm deferring to him.
Mainly because I've been importing it because anything of woven cloth material has been falling apart. I'm amazed, Sir Daracos, that yours hasn't been falling apart. Clearly, Daracos weaving is absolutely superb.
What would a compassion roll be?
Compassion?
Yeah.
To determine if you are compassionate? Is that what you mean?
Yes. Yes.
I'd
She's
say,
actually already walked back inside and has started crafting.
I'd say wisdom, actually.
Okay.
You'll notice, by the way, anyone else that you've seen of cloth, wearing cloth items, have not been having the issue that you were having.
So with my +6 to wisdom, that makes it a 10. So
You are neutral.
actually, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're Daracos.
Well, no. So it was basically a debate between should we rush to the ruins to try and deal with the issue, or should we take the time, ergo not care about the
Cataclysmic Rift.
well, yeah, the outcome of what's happening to the people. So on a 10, I'm going to go with my friend Boulder Fist. I do believe you should replace your garments before we move on.
Very well. As your particular... what's the intel I'm getting on this lady, by the way?
She is a member of the Directorate.
The Directorate specifically, not the Viosians, though.
Yeah, she's not a member of the Viosians.
Okay.
She will also tell you that, you may, of course, hold on to any items that were in your pockets. So
Well,
I'm sure you don't want me to going through them.
So I'm going to do two things. These are both very important. First, now that I am standing in a loincloth, I want to be outside...
Now, you have tatters of rags hanging off.
Oh, no, they're gone. I've removed them. Now that I'm standing in a loincloth, I want to just basically, every time someone comes by and stares...
You should do the...
Oh, yeah. I can almost do that in real life now. Anyways, so the second thing, which is actually important, I'm going to bring out...
I'm going to go back to the chiropractor and get some oil.
When you go in, you hear scuffling sounds in the attic.
The second thing I'll do is when he returns with the oil, before I start oiling myself up for the amusement of onlookers and start making a few coppers, I'm going to bring out the intel report. What do you make of this?
You're handing this to me?
Yeah.
And this is intel on what?
This is intel on rebels.
This is intel on what is described. So it's describing a group labeled as the Rebels and discusses intel on them receiving a shipment of weapons.
Oh, speaking of which, I'd like to do this, and you should probably do this too, Guido. I'm going to roll int to see if I can recognize like this style or layout or something standardized, because I am literally a spy. From like I might recognize this style from the blah organization, right?
For the architecture design, or
No, for the report, for the report on the rebels.
Okay.
Keywords or
Yeah.
I got you.
Type of handwriting or
22.
Um,
I was going to blow my AP on that one too. What'd you get, Guido?
a 23.
Wow.
best you guys can both tell, this is like not a professional. Like it's written to be professional,
Okay.
but like they aren't trying to use any kind of like, it's not in code. It's just straight talk.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like one of those things where someone thinks they're professional, but they don't actually know what actual professional is?
It's a memo.
Got it.
It's a very well-written office memo.
So, what do you think of this, Lord Erevar? I start oiling myself up while he's...
It's a trap.
Do you think we should spring it?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how it relates to the ruins.
So about...
Hang on. I want to roll
Are you-
dexterity.
are you-
Can I roll dexterity?
Yes.
I got a 16. I want to start seductively dancing with the oiled up.
Okay.
I can't do it in real life. 'Cause
Okay, you're doing belly dancing.
there you go. Like the ogres in WoW.
No, actual.
Oh, real belly dancing. Okay, so I'm doing that. Related to the ruins, I say, while I'm catching my breath in between one of these. Which ones?
Are you giving the same treatment to the second map that you received? The ruins that are
Yes,
not
absolutely.
of the ancient?
Do I need to do another roll? Does he need to do a new roll? New roll?
Yes.
Okay, new roll. Damn. I'm going to blow an AP on... Well, I'm going to see what he does first, then I'm going to decide on the AP.
It's not that high of a roll.
I got really low.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Total?
Total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I got a 12.
Okay, 12 is enough.
Okay.
Wow.
I was looking for a 10.
As I'm like, here,
I was literally-
I'm ready
I was
with my action point. I
I
got
was
it.
like, this is mediocre.
Okay.
So the second map is more professionally done.
This is the one that we pickpocketed, right?
This is the one that they pickpocketed.
Okay.
They were both pickpocketed, one with more flourish than the other. But yes, the pickpocketed map, it is of a, like as you start going through it, it's what appears to be like a mansion set into the woods. Further out from town, it's actually like based on the surrounding landmarks that are popped up on it, you're pretty sure that it is the opposite direction. So instead of southwest, it is northeast.
Towards the crater. That's interesting.
No, I didn't know where the town was.
The town is southwest, almost directly of the crater.
Okay, well, whatever. So it's a little further towards the crater, outside of town. And there are a few landmarks that you would recognize, and in very the rooms are labeled. There are notes on there for guard time, guard shift changes, number of guards, patrol patterns, lots of details on there about that sort of information. And one room in particular strikes out at you because it is labeled as Anvil Mars bedroom.
Aha! Well, this would be fascinating if we didn't have a calamity of epic proportions on our hands. This is unfortunate.
And underneath that, like someone has what you can tell is probably angrily scrawled as the Imposter King.
The Imposter King. Of what? There hasn't been a king in Alluvia ever. I'm not saying this out loud, but I mean, I'm thinking there's literally never been an Alluvian king. What the hell? Okay. So I have two very important questions. First, how much money have I made dancing in the street?
15 copper.
Second, how many phone numbers have I gotten dancing in the street?
5.
How many of them are
16
dwarves?
pairs of panties.
Oh, how many of them are dwarves?
2.
How? I mean, we have magic, but I don't think it does that.
I only have one question. What's a telephone?
Like addresses, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
contact info is what I assumed.
Yeah, digits. Is
Rooms at the inn.
my kilt ready yet, or whatever you're making, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
So
you.
she has cobbled together. It's actually fairly.
Ugh.
It is fairly high quality given how fast she put it together. It does not have sleeves. She didn't have that much time. It's a over the shoulder cloak.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But it is
I'm
and
so I'm
she
like
didn't
this?
measure you. No, so she didn't measure you, but it is it's the kind that is designed. It's not a like fasten in the front. It's actually like a drape style.
Yeah.
So the shoulders it's kind of like fitted around your shoulders fairly comfortably. Loose enough that you have full movement, but like snug enough that it's not falling off of you or sliding off of you. You're fairly amazed at how well she was able to put those measurements together, given the fact that she's probably never made an ogre cloak before and she didn't take your measurements.
So hang on. I'm wearing a leather smock.
No, it doesn't close in the front. It goes over your shoulders, and then like down, but kind of to the back.
It's just
and it has
pinned.
Okay.
It has a clasp that goes in the front.
Thank you, madam. I'd pay you more, but I already have. Goodbye!
Okay.
And I start running! Running!
You literally won't find out any of the intel there.
Okay,
So-
fine. No, I don't bail. Ugh. I kind of assumed if there was intel, he would have been getting it while I was belly dancing in the street.
No, you guys were talking while you were belly dancing in the street.
Not the whole time, just occasionally.
Oh, okay. Then, yes, she likely would have passed on the intel. So she will let you know that any of the adventurers or mercenaries that are in the area, anyone with equipment, specifically cloth equipment, woven cloth equipment, that has been had like low to mid-level enchantments woven into it, has all been falling apart. There's been no issues with leather, plate, or chainmail.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
But for some reason, any kind of woven cloth has literally been falling apart. Higher level stuff has clearly not been having any issues as
my pockets
evidence.
and your entire outfit showcases.
Yes. So it is very likely that there were some mild enchantments on the seams or the cloth itself of your cloak before the pockets were woven onto it.
It was a robe of +1 dumbness.
That's fairly common for cloth to be woven, especially if you bought it in town or it has enchantments on it, to make it more durable. So, and she will let you know that that's been happening ever since the accident.
The rift? Sorry, I'm not even there.
No, the cratering. Ever since we've been allowed back into the area by the Ulthoi, this has been a continual problem. You must be fairly new to the area. Normally, deterioration begins happening at a varied pace within the first week of being in the area. Other people have also been complaining of various types of sickness, including losing their hair, pain, aches and pains that are not common. I had a whole, there's a thing. Where is it? Nope, lower than that.
You can do it.
It's hiding. Hold on. Anyway, the other things they've been, here we go. So issue with the clothing, losing people's hair, aches and pains. Some people have been developing unusual skin splotches, like changes in color, or like nerve issues, various random things. In fact, there's this one girl who used to be doggedly ugly, but her skin has just been like glowing recently. Like she's become exceptionally pretty, and it's frustrating. But most people have been, and we're not entirely certain what's causing it. Sorry, the chart that I was doing, one of the things that was there is exceptionally beautiful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not there, so it's up to Guido
No.
to react to that.
Try something in the carburetor. Oh yeah.
Hi,
So
Sabri.
I'm just gonna. Zen says hi. I'm just basically making notes. I'm not
Bear in mind your empathy level is a 10.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the lesser races that are being affected. So,
I mean, do they even matter, really?
well, in the long run, yeah.
I guess that's a good point. You need someone to carry all the heavy stuff. We can't rely on lycanthropes for everything.
This is for,
That's a hug for you, Zan.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I give a wave.
that one for you.
Oh, thank you.
And one for you too.
Suddenly, weird music starts playing. I mean, it probably isn't weird music. I just couldn't understand what it was.
It was a guitar riff.
Oh. So we're all
you
done with all
reconnoiter.
this. Are you sharing all this with me, Guido?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to think about that. I'm sorry. Were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, basically, I'm assuming we are on our way to the ruins at this point. So that
Okay.
is
Which
during
ruins?
the
The proper ruins?
yeah, not the dwarves' ruins, the mansion
dwarves'
or whatever.
ruins. He lives in
Mansion,
ruins.
you know.
A mansion in ruins.
Yeah.
So this has been going on for 2 months now. I know we're literally have been in a world at war for months for the first time ever, but really, why are we just now being sent out to deal with this?
Other people have been dealing with it.
Obviously not. I mean, I will actually say that. I mean, obviously other people have been assigned here, like the lieutenant, but obviously they also haven't been dealing with it, since my robe is just the latest victim.
So, what cataclysmic events had happened within that 2 month ago time frame?
Well, we know that there was some kind of devastation which caused that crater. And in character, I don't actually know what caused that, so I just refer to it as that.
Is that the mirror tower?
No. That's when the 2 airships went.
Thank you.
There was the Mirror Tower incident. We would have heard of that. So we would at least have some vague knowledge. So there's the Mirror Tower incident. I believe 1, 2, 3... No, 2 more ley lines have detonated since then. That would be fire and darkness. Or no, spatial, excuse me, spatial. I can't think of anything else other than a massive cataclysmic war.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Sis,
Oh, the water ley line too, wasn't it?
Water Ley Line was before this.
Was it?
I mean, that was within 2 months ago, so I suppose, sure. We'll add that to the list. Sis, just as a reminder of how this works, we can't use our plot tokens until all of them have been expended.
Okay, I'll use mine.
On what?
Something happens on your way to the thing.
Okay. Who picks?
Guido hasn't got to pick recently.
Yeah, it's on the way. Okay.
And that resets us.
I'm drawing a blank.
You may choose to pass if you would like.
I'm gonna have to, otherwise I'm gonna be sitting here for a while. Anybody have any ideas?
An Olthoi walks up and introduces
kind of
themselves to us. Probably a worker. Or a...
Soldier.
No, I was going to say below a worker. A harvester.
Okay.
And they basically notice a Daracost, put two and two together, and walk up because they are either independently or on behalf of Central investigating the situation for their own purposes.
Okay.
So what happens, sis? That is the GM. You know, I actually have the table, don't I?
So he walks up to you. Greetings, Sir.
Daracost.
Yeah, Sir Daracost. I almost said Sir of Daracost.
They might.
So is it harvester
No.
or worker?
So,
That's a good point.
It's
Is
a
it
harvester.
harvester? Okay.
Thank you.
so one of his traits is frequently uses the wrong word. So he walks up. Greetings, Sir of Dominion. Completely straight-faced.
Okay.
Not that they really have expression.
They try, you know.
Would Dominion be obvious?
No. But there's a strong Dominion presence in this area.
Okay.
I'm going to let my Dominion Lord take the 4 on this one.
And you said harvester, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am of Harvester.
Green chitin,
I'm Click
smaller. Probably about your height overall.
Okay. Greetings, friend harvester.
Click Dick
Um,
of Harvester.
I welcome your greeting, but I'm afraid you are mistaken with my allegiance.
Okay, hang on, real quick. Real
What's
quick.
another D word?
I know you want to make this Priest of Darkness, but I'm tempted to use my plot twist to make this guy the Priest of Darkness.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to do it. It doesn't work that way anyways. Oh, that's a good point. We need to go find the Priest of Darkness. Sir Harvester, forgive me for interrupting your conversation so rudely. Have you seen the Priest of Darkness around here?
Why, yes! I most certainly have.
Lead me to him immediately, please. It is of
Funny little
imperative
boring fellow.
urgency. Now, go, let's go. Let's go. I lift up the Olthoi. We're in a hurry. Do you understand? Shake, 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 shake. Put it back down.
No, I was debating how I was going to respond.
Oh, okay.
Of course, if you could just follow me to the left.
Of course.
He goes right.
I immediately, I like catch myself after the first step. Ugh. Hang on. Okay, there we go.
I'll follow.
Okay. we are in a great hurry. Please hurry, my good Olthoi friend.
Of course, of course. Funny little fellow of the water beard.
Of the what? Did he have an accident while he was drinking this morning?
Why
Oh,
would you think that?
that's good to know. That would be terrible. Can you imagine getting all that stuck in your beard? You'd never get it out.
Well, I mean, alcohol is a gas, so it wouldn't get stuck in your beard. You just have to, dry it out.
Of course. Logical as always. I love interacting with my Olthoi brethren. Tell me, what do you think? And I'm just going to, start talking with him. What do you think about the elemental ley line of fire's presence in Weizhou? Which is actually, it's literally the opposite direction. Weizhou is the Darakoth city. The ley line of fire goes through Alluvia.
Yeah.
So.
You may or may not notice the odd look you're getting from.
No. He will pop up. Quick Tick will pop up and say, "Well, the ley line of fire doesn't go through Weizhou. It goes through Osteth."
Of course, my dearest Polynius, I was just testing you with that one. I needed to make sure you were truly who you say you were.
Of course, it's only about 7 miles up the street.
There are spies everywhere. We have to. I should probably roll charisma or deception at this point. I actually roll pretty well. I get a 15. I'm willing to blow an AP on this.
I got a 6.
Okay. There are spies everywhere. We always must be careful of who we tell what and whom. And are we at this guy's place yet?
So the Olthoi at this has literally stopped and turned and looked at you and been like,
I'm looking down, of course.
Olthoi are tall.
I'm an ogre. He's a harvester.
Harvesters are smaller. Sorry.
Yes.
I was like, Kazrethka would have stood eye to eye with you.
Yeah, she's a worker.
Yeah. Forgot about that for a second. Anyway, he would, he is literally stopped and turned and protruded his additional limbs behind him so that he kind of raised himself up a little bit to give you a quizzical look, eye to eye level.
You don't understand. They're watching us even right now.
Who? And he'll say, Eclectic will be like, turn to the Lord Daragost and he'll say, Lady Darakost, am I doing it again? I'm using the wrong words again, aren't I? He thinks I'm an imbecile, doesn't he?
We do suspect that there are spies.
We do. That is the total truth. You see, we have information.
You're completely not going to address the fact that I just acknowledged the fact that I...
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to ask, how long have you been here, Mr. Clickdick?
days.
I need to decide if the Ultha would be more resistant or less to this. Give me a minute.
They're more resistant.
Well, they should be more, but, well, let me think about that.
You told me back when this originally happened, the Ulthoi are more resistant.
Well, that's true, because, and they were actually the ones who were running out into the blast zone to help rescue people, so that makes sense. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to lean into, I think they're more susceptible to the effects of it.
So, let's see. That's charisma for deception. Is that right?
I'm not lying. I really do. I'm genuinely yeah, charisma would be deception. But I'm genuinely suspecting, based on this Ulthoi's behavior, that Ulthoi are more susceptible.
Okay. So that would actually be that'd be an intelligence check. Okay. So that makes it a...
You would also have intel on the fact that the Ulthoi were the first ones here.
In the area, right, yeah. So that's a 19 for an intelligence check.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to be a bit less Subtle.
Okay.
I believe you're mistaken, friend Lore Boulderfist. The Olthoi are known for their resilience against such things.
Well, that's good to know. That would be horrific.
Are you all saying this loud enough I can hear?
Oh, yeah.
I was not being subtle, yes.
Okay, so Click will pop up and be like, look, yeah, I know, I say the right words when I don't mean them.
As do we all.
And, you know, he'll pause and he'll be like, no, that's not right.
Hang on, if you give me 1 second, Mr.
I don't
Click.
say the words I mean.
A dwarf woman has just come up. I'm exchanging information with her really quick. There we go. Okay, sorry, continue.
Give her panties back.
Oh, right, hang on.
Because you're still...
There it is.
You now have...
Here you go, here you go.
You are walking around in a loincloth with a cloak on.
Yes. I kept all the panties. Sorry, ma'am. Tell your husband I'm sorry. Okay, what were you saying?
I wasn't aware that ogres could procreate with dwarves.
They can't. It's fun.
I do believe
And that's
not
the point of life.
No. I do believe that's not chemically possible.
That's what magic is for. I'm actually lying my ass off this whole time. I'm just messing with the whole thing.
Click will literally be like, you use magic to alter the physical properties of her or of you in order to make it fit.
Oh, well, see, I pull out a large coin. We decide like this here. It's like, okay, so that would be him, me in this case, but, oh, that would be me again. So, hang on, let's try one more time here. Okay, that would be her. Any questions? Where's this Priest of Darkness guy? Come on, let's go.
Yes, of course, right that way.
Wrong direction.
No, he'll say, right that way, and then he'll walk off this way.
Okay. Will we reach the priest guy this way?
Yes.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. Let's get to the priest guy.
So you go to the priest guy. Click will...
Excellent. Thank you, Click. I never doubted you for a second. The priest of darkness. Yes, I wish to convert.
Okay, let's find out a trait for him, because that was funny.
Oh God.
Okay.
I shouldn't lie too much.
I need a random race, Guido.
Preferably one from Primus. A Vulcan. No, sorry.
From Olivia.
This is for the priest?
Yeah.
Okay. I really like the idea of him being a gnome.
Okay. I need a name.
Hang on. I'll pull up his gnomes. His clan name is Full Throttle. Is this a guy? Guy or girl?
It's male.
Tog. Tog of Full Throttle. Mr. of Full Throttle. I charge forward. Mr. of Full Throttle. I rolled charisma immediately.
I rolled a 14.
I got a 22. So, Mr. of Full Throttle, we are here on official Dominion business. We are told that you have been assigned to us by Lieutenant Whiskor to assist us in the recent maladies affecting this poor town. We need your assistance immediately. Please join us with your righteous fervor for the darkness within all of us. Darkness conquers all worlds! I'm sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. I'm practically shouting in character.
Yes, I can tell. Greetings, I am Todd. I don't remember what the hell
Full
my
Throttle.
name was.
Full Throttle.
There I am. I am Tog of Full Throttle.
Excellent. I
Beast
pick
of
him up
Darkness.
bodily and put him on my shoulder.
So I'll bend my head closer so that you can hear me better. I am Tog of Full Throttle.
Tog, actually.
Tog a full throttle.
I only say that because there's already a Thog, and it's Rory.
Tog a full throttle.
It is wonderful to meet you, Mr. Tog. I am soon. Super loud here.
My esteemed greetings, Lord Dericost.
Oh, right. I pick him back up and put him, like, I'm basically holding him by his head and lowering him to eye level with Lord.
So I do a in air bow greeting thing. And then I'll point. If you would be so kind, Sir Ogre, this way.
Of course. Oh, this is probably more comfortable. I'm practically jogging. Why don't you tell me why you call yourself the Priest of Darkness? I've never heard of a priest before.
Because the tranquility and peace of darkness invades all things.
Yes, all hearts are born in darkness, and also end. Such is its nature. Viewers, I'm quoting Kingdom Hearts, in case you're wondering what the hell I'm on about.
I do believe you are mistaken about the true nature of darkness. Sir Ogre.
Is
Sir
the heart's
Boulderfist.
true essence.
Yes, it is. All hearts desire to be at peace and in tranquility.
Of course! I'm so excited to be peaceful and tranquil! I can't wait! I start getting into
Perhaps
a
I
run
could
at this
guide
point.
you in some meditative states.
I would love...
Calm yourself.
Oh, hang on. What do you got, Guido?
All right, so where
I
are
rolled
you
a
headed?
17 on my chaw to the new dungeon.
Yeah, I'm beelining to the actual ancient ruins.
I'm casting haste on you.
I will be there in like seconds. Actually, no. It depends on which ruins we're going to. If they're actually in the ones in the crater that the players were in forever ago, that'll be like a while.
No, they were to the southwest, so they were.
Oh, that's right. So I immediately turned around, stopped going towards the crater, and stopped going to the actual ruins.
No, he pointed you to the southwest.
Oh, okay. Anyways, you're not going to believe this, but I actually got an 18 on my charisma.
So he is clearly trying to persuade you to enjoy the depths and meditation of...
The death and meditation?
No,
oh my god!
Depths. D-E-P-T-H-S.
I mishear him in character, and I'm like... And I don't I only give like a second reaction, but in my mind I make a second note under the first note. The first note says, kill this guy, and the second note says, really kill this guy.
Death in meditation.
Death in... I love it. So,
That's what I heard you say.
The Ulthoi is probably keeping up just fine. What?
I thought you abandoned Click Tick.
He's coming with us.
Oh.
Isn't he?
Unless there's a reason why he's choosing not to.
No.
Then.
Yeah, no.
And yeah, no, they have very fast movement
Yeah,
speed.
Ulthoi
So
are super duper fast.
He might actually be occasionally like getting in front of you, then realizing he doesn't know where he's going and backing off a little. And he probably was like, but
yes.
What's the opposite of leave?
I have no idea.
By your welcome, Sir Dericost, and we'll like pick you up and run with you.
Ah! I was actually about to ask how our Duracost friend was keeping up with the proceedings. I mean, he has haste.
He's being held. He's being held.
You should haste
with the opposable second limbs. It's actually a very cushy ride because the limbs are acting as shock absorbers.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm tempted to just cast haste on myself.
You should totally... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I still wouldn't be able to keep up with either the ogre or the Ulthoi, so... Yeah. I will suffer the indignity.
I was actually going to say one thing that would amuse me, even though we shouldn't do it for time and functional sake, but... So we're like... Like picture the camera, and then we're just zooming across the camera, and then like there's like a 5-second pause, and then you see this Dericost floating behind, just... Okay, so we approach the ruins, which are way away from the thing for some reason. What are we looking at, sis?
I rolled a cardinal direction and I got a 6.
So what are we looking at? We're there.
You're there. Good.
Wait, no, actually, before we do anything else, while we're going there, I'm going to be grilling this gnome. Intelligently, but I'm like, tell me, what are you about? Where do you come from this? Why did you decide to pursue this path? Did darkness choose you? Do you have any followers yet? You know, that kind of a thing.
So he does have a small congregation.
Excellent.
Best you can tell, they do a lot of yoga.
I do a lot of yoga too.
And meditation.
I don't do a lot of that.
But yeah, it's for best you can tell that they're a completely harmless group.
Of course. Tell me, why were you picked by the lieutenant in order to assist us? What knowledge do you have to bestow upon our group?
Oh, because I have frequently visited the ruins. They are one of the few places that you can experience true darkness, unless you activate the. Well, I mean, I'm sure you've been in cave systems before.
So
if your torches are extinguished, then it becomes true darkness.
Of course, this makes perfect sense. All right, very well. Mental note: don't kill him until we're leaving. I wanted to kill him like as soon as we got there. I wanted to be like, oh, we're here. Ulthoy, could you turn away and move that way like 100 feet? Thanks. Maximized fire 4, maximized fire 4. Oh, the gnome has decided to leave us. I just started a barbecue, though.
But we've got this nice bonfire.
Yeah! I brought some marshmallows. I actually always keep marshmallows on me in my pockets. Ready to go.
You have a pocket specifically set aside just for marshmallows.
Yep. It's one of those preservation pockets, so they're always good. Okay, we're at the ruins. Do you want to cut off that? We've been recording for 2.5 hours. I mean, I know that's a weird cutoff point, but...
Time
is it on?
I took a several-hour nap, but I do have to go into work tomorrow to work on menus.
Guido, what do you think?
Entirely up to you guys. I mean...
I'm fine with whatever, so I refuse to choose. Guido refuses to choose. Sis, it is now your choice.
Okay.
We're going to decide with the dice, really?
Yep. Evens or odds?
Guido?
Odd.
Odds, we keep going. Evens, we stop.
Okay.
It's a 1. We're going to keep going for a while.
So we approach the ruins.
Which is good, because... Oh, I should. Where's my D20? Guido, roll a D20. Tell me what the number is.
11.
Okay. For, no particular reason.
So what do we see?
So as you approach up to it, similar to the other one, there is a... it's very similar in design to what the other one looked like. As you come down, there is what appears to be a solid, if, distinctly not natural stone wall.
Which is closed.
Set into the side of a, cut into hill.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not a cave, but it is, at the base of a hill of decent size. And it literally looks like somebody has carved in a spot into this hill, and there is a seemingly solid cliff face there.
I pick up the gnome. Sir of full throttle. How exactly did you, with your vast knowledge and experience, of course, manage to open a ancient device like this?
Well, I wasn't the first one here.
But it's closed right now.
Yes, it is. We've rigged it up manually. There's a trip switch.
Please feel free to show... Oh, here, let me put you down. There you go. Now, please feel free to show me.
Appreciate it. And he scurries off. And there's actually a note on the map if either of you is looking at the map.
He's got it.
Yeah. And so he walks over and into some underbrush and kind of moves it around.
It's not that big. Come on.
It's a decent sized map. He would have to unfold it a couple of times.
Okay.
And gets in there and lifts up a hidden trap door. It's actually fairly well disguised. It has stuff growing on the top of it.
Wow.
And types in a code, and then you hear ka-chunk, and the door begins to laboriously slide out the way.
Excellent. Now, how big is this door?
Decent sized. You could probably put a wagon through it.
Okay, so I'm going to have no trouble.
No.
I saunter in. Kong. How far do I go before I hit a wall in the total darkness?
It's not total darkness yet because the door is open.
Okay.
So you walk in, and there is a main entry room.
Mm-hmm.
There appears to be, off to the left, there appears to be like a livestock storage area, areas for you to park various wheeled equipment. There are some, there would be some like evidence that there was stuff there. There's obviously no horses there or wagons there currently. Off to the right, there is shelving with some very decrepit looking, falling apart, basically dust piles
Okay.
on the shelves.
Yeah. Hang on, real quick. I turn to the Ulthor. How good is your eyesight to click?
Good.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to look at all this dust that's on the ground and tell me if you can tell if anyone's been through here recently, like recent prints.
I'm happy to.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some people in here recently.
Anything noteworthy? Any unusual prints?
Like
there's obviously some very small ones, I imagine. Right.
Small ones?
Very small prints, yes or no?
Well, I mean, there's a series of tracks over there, which are gnomish.
Okay.
There's some tracks here which appear to be, average humanoid size. Do Sclavies have different boots?
No.
Okay, so there's some average sized humanoid, boot prints there. There's some like there's, given what I know of this area, I mean there are relatively decent amount of tracks. Not a lot.
A well-frequented location. That is also interesting.
He'll pop up and say, I don't know that it would be well-frequented. This group of tracks over here all appears to have come in at the same time.
Oh, okay.
This one is really fresh, though.
Which one?
These, right here.
Are they super small or regular?
They're decent size, but they're wider than normal. And he'll look at them and be like, probably dwarven.
Which direction do they lead?
There are two corridors that lead off. The boots currently go off to the left. Brother, roll a d20 for me. No modifiers.
13.
Okay.
Lord Irobar, do you want to take your... I mean, you're the expert here. I defer to you. I will... Of course, I mean, from my incredibly limited experience, all I have is the Dwarven boats.
He's Lord Irobar.
Yes, Guido.
Sorry,
Lord
I'm
Guido.
looking through my NPC list. I'm like, who the hell's Lord Irobar?
I defer to your
changed
expertise.
my name on...
Yeah, it's actually on the chat
No,
thing.
I looked up and saw that, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I defer to you, sir.
So we determined that this is not an ancient location, right?
No, this is an ancient location.
It is, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have any idea what would likely be in that left corridor? So 16.
So based off of the map.
Yeah, but the map's not necessarily reliable. So I'm using, intelligence.
The map was created by WizCorp.
Exactly.
It's not exactly reliable.
He thinks that a bell noise thing is a valuable artifact.
Okay, I get you. Based off of the map, this appears to have been a facility that would have likely been used to house slaves.
What about
so both corridors you would probably expect to find small rooms branching off of them, probably nothing of much note. They kind of both go off and connect at various points with a couple of other offshoots at those connection points. Probably storage facilities. Those large rooms would be storage facilities, gathering halls. And at the far back, there's a notation that there is a doorway that they cannot open. They haven't been able to rig it open. There's a notation that, possibly using some sort of explosive to bust the door in. That there's an unexplored corridor toward the back of the facility, which is a branch off of one of the main rooms, the last main room.
Okay. What's the range on scan?
Line of sight, basically.
Okay. So I couldn't actually scan what's on the other side of that door?
No.
Okay. All right, well, so I'll turn to those in the group here. If I'm to trust my research, this facility was likely used for housing servitor races of the ancients.
I wasn't aware that anyone. This is coming from Eclectic. I wasn't aware that we had enough knowledge of the ancients to be able to tell that they had.
Chattel is the word you're looking for, sir.
Thank you. For some reason, what kept popping into my head was lords, and that didn't seem quite right.
Sir Gnome, if you could do me a illustrious favor. It seems to me... Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm overstepping my bounds. Mr. Lord Irabar, where do you recommend we go?
Out of character, I'm flipping a coin.
I was going to suggest we head towards the corridor we can't access.
Yeah, that's pretty much my gut instinct as well. So,
all right, so Mr. of Full Throttle, could you please guide us towards that location?
Absolutely. I go well.
Wow, your voice got really loud. Holy crap!
I don't know why.
No, I mean Full Throttle's voice got really loud.
Yeah, no, he's whispering still. I just forgot.
Okay.
And he'll say, "Absolutely. I typically only go in as far as the first congregation hall. We use a room, a large open room, directly off of that as a meditation room. I bring groups down here. That's what the large group of tracks that the old lawyer was mentioning. Those are some of my followers.
Of course.
Typically range about 10 or so.
Are any of them there right now?
Oh no.
Excellent.
No one comes. We only come at night.
Fantastic. Could you do me a favor and close the door behind us?
I'm afraid that I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
the rigging works from the outside.
So if someone were to come outside and shut us in, we would be doomed forever.
No, not necessarily. I'm sure there's a failsafe, but I'm not very good at operating.
Of course. I turned to Lord Kavita, and I just kind of raise an eyebrow, because it's like...
So that's going to be what, a perception roll or an intelligence roll?
Well, I'm trying to intimate, A, what are we going to do about the door situation, and
Right.
B, can you do anything about the door situation?
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Go with
expecting.
int, I think.
Okay, to see if
And I'll do
I
like a
know
charisma
of
to
any-
like help out.
Well, this is just noteworthy, you would know this. This is a psionic building for servitor races. Therefore, there is likely some sort of manual trigger to open and close the door from the inside that just hasn't been discovered how to use it yet.
So that's, if it's intelligence, that's a 23.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough.
I hate to ask this as the world
You know
builder.
what you're looking for.
As the person who built this setting, I have to ask, is this place's power still working? Because it was probably...
They don't know how to activate it.
Well, I mean, because this place was probably running off the fire ley line, which went a few months ago, so...
Well, was there power still at the other facility after the ley line blew?
There was some residual power, yes. It did
So yes,
eventually
there's
run
probably some residual power.
out. Okay. If we could find an on switch. All right. So, you got my hint.
So, oh,
Wink.
Okay.
Wink.
okay.
Wink.
So charisma, deception roll
Okay.
to make
Oh,
a...
I need to do this too.
Ooh,
Oh, thank God.
that's bad.
I got a 22.
My charisma, so my deception is going to be a 9.
So the Olthoi rolled a 7. That's not a D20.
We lied to the old boy.
The gnome is, however, aware. He rolled a 12.
I got a 22, so I'm good.
So I'm making a big show of searching the area to try and find the switch.
Okay.
And apparently I'm failing at hiding the fact that I know exactly where it is.
Okay. So I play along. Hang on. I'm going to roll another deception. I got a 13, much worse that time. He's one of the experts. He's been known to do some work with ancient devices and ruins and research in the past. I have no doubt he'll be able to find something to aid in our loud noises.
I don't know why.
Well, we need loud noises. They're very important. Here, watch. Bang! See? Look how important that is.
Oh, well, here it is, right here.
Oh, excellent!
So you flip a switch and the door goes.
Excellent. Now it is pitch black. I'm going to roll to resist the urge to kill the gnome now that it's pitch black. Damn, I rolled well. Okay. I think about it and like, no, I don't want to mess with the Olthoi. He might get wigged out by me murdering a comrade. Mr. Ticklick. Ticklick, thank you. Sorry. Could you do me
My
a
full
huge
name's
favor?
actually much longer than that, but I found that most other races have difficulty saying it.
Yes, unfortunately, I never learned Skittish myself. I always wanted to, never had the time. Very difficult language for a normal throat to speak. I was hoping you would be able to go with my comrade while I go with Sir Gnome for a bit as we kind of diverge our forces in order. And I should really be rolling deception on this roll. Oh, thank God, 20.
Natural?
Neither of them got a 20.
Unnatural, 20.
Neither of them got a 20.
Okay, so I was thinking we should split our forces. Oh, sorry, right. And I light a torch really quick because, of course, we have basic adventuring gear.
Yeah.
So.
So Tog will pop up and say, there's no need to split up. Both of these corridors merge together, not even, 100 feet down in the main court, in the main.
Right, but I was thinking because I got a 20, you would go with me on this.
That was a deception roll.
I know.
It wasn't a charisma roll.
Ah, okay. Of course, you are right as ever, Mr. Infiltrator. Please lead the way, if you would, please.
Ah, yes, of course. And he will go off. So the dwarf footprints go off to the left.
Okay.
The group footprints go off to the right, and he goes off to the right, as if it's only natural.
Guido?
So I got a 21 on my charisma roll to sense your deception.
So you got it. Barely.
So, friend Olthoy, I feel in... How do I want to word this? Crap, I just lost the word.
I feel in the interest of crap.
Interest. There we go. Thank you.
Oh,
in the
right.
interest of security, we should walk the other path to make sure that there are no not undiscovered, but unknown threats.
I will immediately chime in. I agree with that completely. We don't know what's in here. In fact, we do have 2 paths to explore, too, before us. All eyes are on the Ilthoi.
Yeah, he'll be like, that's no issue. I'm happy to go.
Do you have a spare torch, Lord Kaimota?
I'm fairly certain that if there was a wagon or something, there were spares.
So I just want to make this my point. I'm just asking, like, in character.
No, this is an ancient facility, so anything that was left behind torch-wise or other, A, they wouldn't have had torches, but B, anything that was left behind would have been...
I thought you had said
decayed.
that there was like a
There's-
wagon
there-
and stuff.
No, there's like evidence, so there's probably some metal bits that were left behind after the wood decayed into dust.
Okay. Well,
Well, either way, you have an adventurer's kit.
exactly.
Yeah, so you have a torch, you light it.
All right.
I was just saying if
It was just-
if,
it
if
was
I didn't
just
have
noteworthy
to
to-
use one.
Point out that
Yeah.
All right.
this is
So
a very... You could turn the electricity on.
how?
Light switch?
That's him,
Not-
man. I don't know anything of this.
Not yet.
So okay.
I'm holding on to that one.
So we're gonna go. Do you want to go first, Guido, or do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna let him lead me pretty much as far as he's gonna go, which I imagine is his little convent circle.
He's going to take you through the main corridor room, which is, as he said, about 100 feet down the hall.
Oh my goodness, this is not that far in at all. Is this where you come to meditate and whatnot?
No, the room next to it is. To the right, there is a room that has a curtain drawn over it.
Oh, you put this here. Very nice. I like this pattern.
Oh, yes, thank you. He'll pull the curtain aside and show you. You see, this is where we go to meditate. There's a big round rug in the middle with a couple of round rugs around the edges of it.
Mm-hmm. Fascinating. Now, GM, what do I need to roll to sneak attack this guy with a spell? Basically, I want to
This-
surprise round blast him in the back.
Okay. You need to beat a 12.
On what?
Sneak casting?
Okay, I can do that actually because you can stealth cast.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I got a 15.
Okay, so you can blast him in the back.
3. Hang on, I need all 4
Stealthily.
d6s for this.
I need to decide what class this Olthoi is.
Why the Olthoi? 'Cause am I gonna one-shot this poor gnome? I'm just curious. How much health does he have? I already know the spell I'm gonna cast. You're not gonna change my mind.
Well, he's basically, he's never raised his level. He's only ever raised skills. So, like, he has health, but he doesn't have a class.
Okay.
So, he is level... Nope. He's level... Damn.
We're level 4 for reference.
He's level 2.
Okay.
So whatever a generic health for a gnome at level 2 would be.
16.
Okay.
So I hit him for
He's
32.
He has put all of his points into knowledge elements.
I cast Ice for Intensified Stealthed.
Ice.
Well, I can't actually burn his corpse with that. That's what the torch is for. Although maybe I should use fire. I'm really torn on this. I think I will actually use fire. Okay, so fire for Intensified. 32 fire damage.
Pay no attention to the smoke behind the curtain.
Pick a number between 1 and 8.
7.
Okay.
So what happens? Tell me what happens, GM.
He dies horribly. You just hit him for, like, 3 of his health.
Okay, so I'm going to take the body really quick, rush it over by some of the more flammable stuff, and immediately light fire to it, all with the torch.
So, almost immediately, the Olthoi smells the fire.
I am then going to rush out of the room. Although is over there, so I'm cool. I got a minute. I got like a few seconds. I rush out of the room. And
Grab the curtain on your way.
Yeah, I grab the curtain on the way, and I start screaming, "Help!" I also roll charisma to deceive. Oh, I roll good. Yay.
At disadvantage, please.
Ah! Come on, I got an 18. It's a 14, then. Why is it a disadvantage?
Because what else would start a fire in here but your fire? And what else would kill someone with magic element but
there was
your
a trap.
Magic?
He attacked me. He attacked me. He lured me back into his little ritual chamber, and all of a sudden started attacking me. I barely survived. Oh, speaking of which, real quick, I'm gonna take out like a little pocket knife. Actually, no, I'm gonna get my shins. There we go.
We did tell the Olthoi that we suspected there were spies.
We did. I have established
We'll roll
this.
a d20.
Oh, come on! I even built up to this. Guido.
A d20. The Olthoi rolled a 1, so he fully believes that he attacked you out of nowhere. What was it?
No modifiers, it's a 7.
Okay.
Oh my god. I mean, he only got me a few times, but he came out of nowhere. I wasn't even expecting that. Oh, actually, I'm actually going to have dropped the torch in shock.
You had already dropped the torch.
No, I mean, okay, after burning the hell out of his corpse, I then dropped it as if in shock. Like, oh my god. Staging the fight, in other words.
So what you're telling me is you lit the things on fire, picked the torch back up, and came out of the room?
Yeah. That makes perfect sense,
you
right?
didn't.
No. That's not what I did. Yeah. What Guido's saying is what I did.
Guido isn't saying anything. What I'm assuming that you did, which would be the smart thing to do, which is you dropped the torch while you were engaged in combat, and that's why the room's on fire.
Yeah, that was. I'm sorry, that is actually what I was intending. That's why I'm trying
you
to
also
convey
are
that.
now in a closed system that doesn't have the ventilation system running because Guido hasn't turned the electric back on.
No, that's okay because
That is
I grabbed the
now
blanket.
rapidly filling up with smoke.
I grabbed the blanket. I'm good. I know how to kill a fire. You just cut off its oxygen supply.
You just lit the rug in that room on fire.
But I have the carpet. Curtain.
You have
the
the curtain, and
Yes.
you have a rug, which is huge, that is on fire.
It's cool. I'll just get one spot, and then I'll get another spot. I'll get another spot. I'll get another spot. We're good. I got it.
Please roll Constitution.
Okay. I don't have a... Oh, thank God I rolled well, because I don't have a good constitution. 17.
You fail.
How?
Because you needed to beat a 20.
Oh, come on. Wait.
I rolled a 20. You had to beat a 20 with your Constitution.
Okay.
Because you were in a room full of smoke.
Look, I know how to hold my breath for a few seconds.
The Olthoi will help you put out the fire.
Oh, thank you, God. That
However,
was just
by the
terrifying.
time you are done, you, brother, I'm assuming Lord Kamata is not participating in the putting out the fire.
I'm looking for the ventilation system.
The
Okay.
electric,
Yeah.
the breaker, basically. Yeah. So by the time that you are done putting out this fire, Sir Lore, you are coughing and wheezing from having inhaled a significant amount of smoke.
I've actually inhaled fire smoke before. It's immensely unpleasant.
Yes, your lungs are burning
Yeah.
and you are coughing violently.
Hang on. It's in one of these pockets. There it is. Water.
You're also very tall. Water's not going to help with this.
No, it's cool. No, I was smart enough. As soon as we put out the fire, I was smart enough to lay down.
So you are not. But that is one of the reasons why you were breathing in. So
Yeah,
much.
because I was way up there when I was putting the fire out.
Onichan, please roll a d20, no modifiers.
Okay. 16.
You hear noises, Lord Kamata, further back into the facility. Clearly the sounds of someone scurrying around.
How does this compare with where Lore and the Olthoi are?
It is further into the facility from where they are.
Okay,
Okay.
so we branched. I'm over here.
Yeah, so
They were over here.
here's how it happens. There's room, right? There's 2 corridors, double doors on either side of the corridor going back about 100 feet. Then there's another large room with 2 large rooms that come off of that, both of which the doors have been busted open. Then there's 2 more corridors that go back and then kind of branch.
Most detailed map ever.
That's all you can see.
I'm out of it for the moment. I'm laying on the ground.
Lord Kamatal, the noises you're hearing are coming from the left corridor off of the main room and sound like they're getting further away.
Water.
More like oxygen, not water.
Also oxygen. I wish I had my implant already.
Did I find the switch?
Sure. You know exactly what you're looking for.
Okay.
What? You know exactly what you're looking for. And you also interact with the interface and discover that this facility has a grand whopping total of 8 hours worth of electrical power reserves left in order before the power to the door that you just shut from the inside.
They will find our bones
The
a
lights
century
and the
from
ventilation
now.
system shuts off.
Okay. I will switch it on for. I will.
I'm sure you can put it on a timer. This
Yeah,
is fairly advanced technology.
Basically 5 minutes.
Okay.
Do
The
you
ventilation
activate the
system
ventilation?
Sorry, you were both
Ventilation's-
talking.
Ventilation system, lights, or everything.
Just ventilation if I can.
Okay, yeah. It will turn on some emergency lights, floodlights, basically. But that would have come on as soon as you interfaced with the electrical.
Suddenly a hand falls on my shoulder. I'm like, oh, thank God you're okay. And then the raptors attack. So,
Roll to be blinded.
oh, come on. My eyes are closed and I'm hacking up
kidding.
on the ground.
I'm kidding.
Uh,
I'm kidding. However, the Olthoi will be, because there's a giant floodlight in this room.
oh, God. Poor Olthoi. Close your eyes,
So
quick!
the Olthoi's like, ah!
It's okay, it's okay. Blink it out, blink it out.
What are those bright torches?
Blink it out, it's okay, it's okay. You okay? Tick, 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 click, tick. Harvester.
You can just call me a harvester. Or you can call me Click.
So what I'm going to try to do is shout, thank you. What's going to happen is, thank you.
And coughing.
You probably don't even hear me.
So once I set it up on the timer, I'm going to head back down the hallway and head into the room where the other two are.
I'm on the ground. I'm still bleeding a little bit because I got my shin pretty good, and I'm just like, oh my god. And, he attacked me.
I will find a piece of the curtain
And then
that's
smother
not-
me to death. Sorry.
that's not smoldering,
Okay.
and bandage your leg up.
Oh, thank you. I can't believe he attacked me. By the way, I'm not even trying to lie to you, really, at this point. I mean, if I have to roll a deception to lie around the Olthoi, I will.
The Altoy rolled a 1 last time.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I don't know if I need to.
No.
Well, like I said, I mean, we did suspect there were spies in
We did.
in the ranks.
I would have never pictured someone of darkness to be a spy like that. To be so... I don't think he was of darkness at all. I think he was lying. Oh, I think he was just putting on an error.
It does make for the perfect infiltrator.
It does. Oh, what a disgusting, horrible creature. Thank God the world is rid of him. Whew, okay. So I'm going to stumble my way up here.
Very nice. Yeah.
What?
That's a 22 for charisma
Oh,
to
God.
basically hold a straight face.
Okay. That's okay. I'm coughing, so any laughter is just coming out. So I stumble up, and I'm like, okay. Let's go in the direction of the noises we just heard, because I have a feeling he was not alone in his horrific evilness.
Oh, wow. So 23, also deception. It's incredible that this facility has the smoke, the automatic smoke ventilation system.
So I actually rolled only a 20, so I actually believe you on that one. Because remember, you actually told me earlier you didn't know how to do any of this stuff.
That's
So
true.
So I'm like, wow.
I rolled a 15.
So wow, that's really useful. Thank God for that. Small favors, am I right? Whew.
Indeed.
The ancients sure knew how to plan for everything.
They sure did. Quick, before we lose the light. I'm like rushing, hustling down the corridor towards the noises.
You'll probably want to keep a torch handy just in case.
Oh, right. Let me... I don't know, I've got a thing for torches right now, but I guess I'll have to. Okay, I'm ready. So what do we find, sis?
Making our way down the hallways.
Towards the noises.
I'm assuming you're going down going down the left one.
Yep.
Yes.
No, let's go see what you find.
Oh, God. She doesn't even know.
I don't know.
It's a random.
I know who's there.
Uh-oh. I believe it's time for a dun-dun-dun.
Dun dun dun.
That should be a random roll. That's all it says is dun-dun-dun and nothing else.
That's a D12. D 12.
You can do it. Do you want me to roll one?
8. No. Yeah, maybe. There we go.
1. Okay. What chart are you looking at?
Twists!
Where's the twists chart?
The adventurers are racing against other creatures with the same or opposite goals.
Where's the twists chart? Oh, there it is.
Page 80.
Oh, I see it. And, okay.
So, based on the map that you were looking at, the noises are coming from the direction where WizCore has marked on the map that the device you're looking for, the doorbell, that you don't know is a doorbell,
He knows.
that he knows is a doorbell, is.
We better hurry. As much as my poor lungs can take. I wish you were a white mage right now. Lord, you're a barger.
So I'm guessing at this point I can keep up with you fairly well.
Probably,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You could probably be ahead of me.
That is probably a definitively.
I don't think I want to do that. No, just heading down the corridor. Let's
All right.
find out where this leads.
So what do we get to, sis?
So you get down to the end of the
hallway, and at the end of the hallway, you find his esteemed
You! Of Anvilmar!
Lord and Liege of
hang on.
Anvilmar.
I intensify Fire 4 on his face.
I'm just gonna kill him, no questions asked.
Damn right! No, I probably shouldn't. I'm smarter than that. I am a spy, not a murderer. I mean, I'm both, but...
I am a spy and a murderer.
So I point, you! And that is what I will do. That's my action.
And he'll turn around and he'll be like, you! By the way, Lord Erebar. Erebar? Is that right?
Erebar,
Erebar.
I think.
He's holding the doorbell.
He's got the ancient relic!
No,
Because-
you don't know what it looks like.
I don't? He described it
I mean,
to us.
he
Whisper
was
described it to us.
he described it to you, but it's like in his hand.
But okay.
Okay, you can see it. Fine.
He's got the ancient relic of immense power! Because I just know it's an ancient device. And if there's one thing the Viosians have learned, it's that ancient devices are bad news. So I'm just like, oh my god. Treating this seriously.
So, at this point, Toggins of Anvilmar says, I need this to save my sister's life.
Your sister's life? I'm sorry, I really shouldn't be talking right now. So what's actually going to happen is... and then Guido can talk.
I'm gonna cast Confuse,
On who?
the dwarf.
Okay. What's the will save against Confuse?
10 plus spell level,
Yeah.
so 14.
Okay.
Nah. He rolled a 7.
Confused targets will behave randomly, often violently, attacking themselves, friends, and foes with whatever abilities are at their disposal.
So he's holding the ancient device, right?
Yep.
So he's going to pull back and he's going to... King! Only it's...
And I hear it.
Worst.
In fact,
Yes.
actually, I think I'm literally the only one in the... Oh, no, he would hear it, too. He would hear it, and I would
The
hear
Ulthoi
it.
would- Yeah.
Because the Ulthoi wouldn't, and he
we
wouldn't.
we both need to beat a will save of, oh shit, a 19.
Oh, my God. I got a 5.
He did not beat it. He got a 5.
I got a 5.
So, imagine like when a bomb goes off near you,
Yeah?
the shock and confusion of it being so loud.
I actually fall over. Just onto my hands and knees. There's probably a loud thud.
He will do the same and drop the device. Probably one of us should probably be retching.
Let him retch. My throat hurts enough. As is.
Okay, he's retching.
I'm going to ask the Ulthoi to go grab the device.
What's wrong with them? Pick it up. I mean, it's just a ting.
Why? Why?
All he did was push a button.
This time I jump up and actually slam into the wall so hard it shakes the whole room. Just bam with my whole body.
I'm smiling at the Ulthoi.
Who looks very confused.
Oh. God. Oh. Oh.
I do love how those ancient devices cause such havoc with the servitor races?
You know its purpose?
Well, it's obviously meant to cause immense pain.
Oh, I have a headache now too. In character.
Yeah, you both do. Let's see.
This is obviously something that we should not
So
let.
he failed his roll to stay conscious, so
What do I have to roll
the dwarf is
to stay conscious?
Probably willpower.
Constitution.
Okay.
Constitution.
Can I fall on top of him for amusement's sake?
Sure.
I collapse on top of the dwarf.
He takes 6 damage.
I am quite unconscious.
Excellent. He's a level 1. You probably just killed him.
No. What's his class?
I don't know. He's dwarf.
Royalty?
Then he would have what's his Constitution modifier?
3.
He has 7 health.
So he has 1 health. I literally just rolled a d6. I'm like, hey.
He could have had 6 Constitution. Good God. That's
No.
one.
Yeah, that would he put. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
anyway.
be funny. He was born particularly
He's-
of good stuff.
It's because all those poisons.
He would
that
have
people are always
like
trying to
no
give him.
points anywhere else.
Yeah. 4, 4, 3, 4.
Well, he had a high intelligence, though.
That's true. He had a high end. Anyway, so yeah, I am unconscious on top of him.
So we have to make sure that this relic does not fall into the wrong hands. I think this should be taken back to the Order outpost at the Derrickaw city of... and of course, Zagmus stepped away.
No, I like it. We got to take it to the city of Oh. And the Ulthoi will be like, yeah, of course. This, I mean, it doesn't affect me. I could take it back to. I'm assuming it wouldn't affect any Ulthoi. So
That's true. It could go back to Central as well, but
I could take it to Central.
since we have been researching ancient technology and the ancient culture, I think we should hold on to it to be able to continue our research.
Of course. Sure.
That's
Okay.
unnatural 20 on my charisma.
And the Ulthoi is not really going to question it. This Ulthoi has proven itself to be rather dumb.
I'm going to be looking around the area to see if there's anything else of interest, like
There's that door
Derrickaw.
over there.
Yeah. So
This was clearly a servitor race thing. In fact, where he got that bell thing was literally off of. There was a little alcove in the wall over there by the door that won't open. Clearly designed for you to walk in and hit the thing to summon a servant.
So I'm going to investigate the locked door.
Okay. It is like any of the other doors. You can open it
Okay.
because you know where to look.
So Zagmus, we're going to
It
take
is
the.
It is a psionic door, but it's like psionic of the same type that Snarg was able to interface with. So I'm assuming you should be able to interface with because you have knowledge
No.
psionics.
Knowledge psionics, but I don't
But not the
have-
psionic thing, so he actually won't be able to interface with it.
So how is Snarg able to interact with things based off of knowledge psionics?
He can't, for the most part. There's 2 types of psionic tech, the kind that you have to plug into, and the kind that you can actually manipulate. He can only do the stuff you can manipulate, not the stuff you have to plug into.
Ah.
And that
Well,
would
this
apply
is-
to him as well.
Okay. So this is a psionic door that
That.
It basically, brother, I'll let you decide how this should operate. This is a door. It connects to the main facility.
Okay. Well, Guido, why don't you tell me what you're doing while I think about that?
So I was just saying that we've decided to let me take the doorbell back to the Derricos city of...
Weiju.
That wasn't the point.
No, we decided the city's name was
Oh, okay, gotcha.
In the province of...
Yeah. Okay.
Because the Derricos have been doing the research into ancient technology and whatnot, so we can continue doing more research on the artifact.
And now
Does
have
it make sense?
a weapon of mass destruction against the servitor races. Oh, wow.
It has
Okay.
a limited range.
Uh-huh. That can be fixed. So, anywho.
And did you notice I added the house?
The...
Look at my name.
House of Right There.
Oh, God. Okay. So, I've actually thought about this for a bit, and I think this would be a primarily psionic door, but it would also have a secondary normal servitor option to open it somewhere.
So that they could get to the facility.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm guessing same kind of locking mechanism that the front
As
door
was
had.
on the front door, yeah, probably.
Quick question. How long am I going to be unconscious on the dwarf?
6 minutes.
So
The dwarf will be unconscious for 2 minutes. So about this time you hear.
So I want to roll lore off the dwarf and
The
tie
Ulthoi
up,
will help. And Ulthoi are actually very strong.
and I want to tie up the dwarf so he can't get away.
Okay.
I also want to make sure that he is facing away from the door that I'm going to be opening.
Okay. The Ulthoi will actually assist you in incapacitating him.
Excellent.
The Ulthoi will like grab him and hold him up in the air as they're basically what's going to happen is the Ulthoi is going to like lift up Lore, and with one of his extra arms, like, so it takes 3 arms to lift Lore, and with his extra arm, like, reach in, grab the dwarf with his third extendable arm and lift him up in the air and sit Thog back down and just hold the guy. And then, like, when you mention that you want to tie him up, he'll be like, okay, and he'll pin his arms into position and legs into position in order for you to tie him.
Okay.
Ulthoi are convenient to have around with those extra limbs. It's one of the things I loved about playing Kez.
So yeah,
and he'll say, of course, I'll hold him here so you can let him go.
So I will thank the Ulthoi. Much appreciated. Get him tied up.
Would you like me to put him in one of those rooms back there? Get him out of the way?
No, I think we should keep an eye on him. Why don't you do that?
Sit.
And I'm going to go find the lock for the manual door.
Okay.
And probably about that time, Laura's probably going to be waking up too.
About the time you click the door open, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and some soup and.
He sounds like he's doing better now. No more moaning. Click Tick will reach out an opposable arm and poke you.
Grab!
No, it like jerks back.
Well, I go to grab it pretty quick, so I probably miss it, but, just by a few inches.
Yeah, you feel the finger literally come out, and you'll be like, "Hey there! You awake now? Sleepyhead?"
I have a headache.
What happened
What happened with what?
with you? You just passed out all of a sudden.
Where's Lord? I can't remember his name.
Right there.
This is in character. Oh, hey, you got one of the doors open. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I probably took a hell of a jury rig. Oh. Groggily getting to my feet. What's the dwarf doing?
He's tied up.
What's he doing? Why are you protesting so much, sir? Hang on. Pull the gag off. What?
What's going on here? What was that hellacious noise?
You're the
Why
one who
am I
used the
tied
weapon, sir. Trying to kill the rest of us.
It's a device that's supposed to fix the contamination. I need to fix the contamination. My sister's dying.
That is hilarious and sad. I don't say that in character. That's me saying that. Sir, I don't know if you noticed, but that weapon is a
It's
weapon.
clearly not what I thought it was. The
Yes.
intel I gathered off of the Dominion screw up must have known I was onto something and did this a purpose.
Well, there's only one thing that can make this situation worse. And that's me using my plot twist right now. I'll make Zan do this one. Random plot twist. Go.
About this time, the fire suppression system kicks on. And there's klaxons.
Oh, that's working.
No, you don't know what it is.
I know what a freaking fire alarm is.
Well, this is a psionic fire.
Oh, fine. So instead of what it actually does is it plays like harp music. Like
No, there's a mental component to it. So in your head you hear, "There has been a fire. Please evacuate. There's been a fire.
Who's saying that?
Evacuate.
Shut up! Shut
There's
up!
been a fire.
Oh my God! Shut
Please
the hell
evacuate.
up! Who is saying that?
Please evacuate.
I will kill this dwarf
Please
if no one
evacuate.
answers. But it shuts
Please
that up.
evacuate.
And then I'll kill the old
Please
Thor.
evacuate.
And then I'll kill everyone. Everyone.
evacuate.
Ah! God, make it stop. Make it.
No, but it will say in specific. There has been a fire in the and Guido, this is in your head. There's been a fire in the blah servitor race. Please proceed to a safe area. We will beacon you. And you, in your mind, now know that there is a path, if you go this way, that will lead you to an area where it will cut off as soon as you have passed through the door. It will cut off access to this, like with a fire door.
That's further in.
That's further in to get you
Okay.
away from the
Someone,
fire.
please shut this lady up. Oh my God.
All servitor races, the Ultimate can't hear it, by the way.
Well, of course
All
not.
servitor races are requested to proceed to the nearest exit.
I grabbed the dwarf.
Please
You did this. You did this.
Lore, follow me.
Okay. Carrying the dwarf. Because I actually feel bad for him in character.
What's going on?
I don't know. Come on. I trust my ally here. Come on, Ulthoy. Let's go. Let's go.
So Click Tick will pick up the dwarf and come along.
Okay. We follow our Dericost friend. We hope he's our friend.
So you go down the spiral staircase, and then you go through a door, and after... are you going through the door first?
First thing I'm going to do, once everyone is through that first manual door, I'm going to close that.
Okay. You close the door.
Yeah. so that no one can come in behind us.
Okay.
And then once we get downstairs, yes, I will be the first one through the door.
It will shut behind you.
Okay.
Back there, I'm just like,
The voice in your head says, "You have now reached a designated safe area. Ventilation systems are circulating fresh air to you. Please do not panic."
what does my voice in my head say?
It's still repeating the "please proceed to the nearest exit."
I'm going to start beating my head against the door. Kong! You probably hear it, because I'm hitting it pretty hard. Kong!
Okay, roll strength.
Kong! 24.
At advantage. Okay.
I literally
You
can't
do
go higher
this.
than that.
You do this. You do that after we'll say 5-6 times of hitting your head into the door as hard as you can to try to get the voice in your head to shut up. The door will actually come slightly ajar.
Kong!
So it's like bent in, and you can now, if you wanted to, reach your hand into the gap where you have ruptured the door, basically, to yank it back into the wall.
I'm going to wait to see if
Guido.
he's doing anything first.
Who? Guido?
Guido.
Oh, I was going to say, Guido, you now hear a voice in your head that says, the door in this, or the sealant of this area has been breached. Please proceed to the nearest safe spot.
Looking around the room before I go, do I see anything of interest?
This is basically just a room with a ventilation system. And a door going that way, and a door going this way. The door going this way is the door that you just came out of, that now appears to be pushed inwards a good, 1.5 foot.
Where's the map in my head telling me to go?
Through the other door.
The one that Lord just broke
It's basically,
open?
you're in a hallway. No, through the door, the other door.
The door behind
you.
me. Okay.
Yes. It's basically what you saw when you walked into it before the doors closed and the individual ventilation system kicked in, was that you were in a corridor that had, and then doors came out the wall and shakunked you.
Okay. So the door behind me has now opened.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to basically poke my head through the hole in the door that Lord just broke open. Think you can open it?
Oh, God, I will open anything in the world if it will shut up this woman. Unfortunately, my actions do not back that up because I rolled a 14.
That is enough to, with the help of the old boy, breach the door.
Okay. Assist me, my comrade.
So
Okay.
the old boy sits the dwarf down and reaches both pincers up and wedges them into the crack. There's basically like this big crack that you can kind of talk through. That's where the door's kind of been pushed back and away, and reaches both things, and then combined with top floor, they're able to push it back.
Okay, what happens the moment I cross the threshold?
Nothing.
I turn to the nearest
Keep
wall.
going. No.
You are
Lore.
now looking at Lore. You are now looking down a corridor. You're in a corridor. The voice is still telling you to proceed to a safe area.
Keep moving forward. Take the dwarf.
Oh.
The Olthoi will follow.
Oh, God.
I will make sure to follow everyone to take up the rear.
Okay. What do we lead to, sis?
About 10 seconds into this trek down the hallway, the voice in your head pops up and says, "The fire has been suppressed. You may resume normal activities," to both of your heads.
Okay.
And roll dexterity.
Okay. 8.
That's bad. Not
What'd you
that
roll,
bad.
man?
Hold on.
What'd you?
Is this a dex save or?
That's a good question.
It's a dex save.
Oh, that
Okay,
doesn't make any better for me. So.
does make it better for me. That is going to be a 17.
All right, Guido. You're standing on a moving sidewalk.
Oh, I remember
So you're
these.
walking along, and then all of a sudden you start moving a little faster down the hallway. In front of you, Lore, the floor starts moving under him, and he is now being drugged down the hallway.
Flat on my face.
No, you would have fallen backwards.
Flat on my
because
back.
The hallway started going this way.
I'm still holding the dwarf. I still got him.
Yes. You were being
I've
drugged
decided
down.
I don't like ancient facilities.
He's looking right up at you.
Where does this lead us to?
Well, this is convenient.
It will lead you to a break-off point. There are signs in Psionic that basically announce themselves to you when you walk into this conjoining room that says that there are rest facilities this way, servitor facilities, whatever, X number, that way, and the main facility is down a double corridor of moving sidewalks.
I just laid my head back down.
As much as I hate to say it, that seems like a good cutoff point.
Yeah, it kind of does. So, without further ado, we will end the adventures. They will die forever. The main party will come along like a few months later and find their skeletons. Of an Olthoi, an ogre, a dwarf, and a Daracost. Anyways. Go
I'll
ahead.
be fine.
That's true, actually. We'll all
The Olthoi
die.
probably will be
Yeah, the
fine
Olthoi
as
will be
well.
fine too. So you two will just be there trading knock-knock jokes for the next century. Well, not century, because the party will be by in a few months, but for the next few months. And then, hey, your rescue's here. Yeah, we had to eat the ogre, but
The power's getting ready to cut off.
the power's going to cut off in a few hours. Anyways,
No, and he set the timer for like a relatively short amount of time. So
I thought that had already shut off.
No, that was the fire. That was the fire suppression system. That came across and told you to shut off.
Well, either way,